Good morning. So, the last time I was here, I was feeling very much in a space emotionally to be candid about several things. And I feel like because the end of the live got weird to me, I just decided to delete. So I just want to be candid about like what was going on in the last live, why it got deleted. Because I know some people were just like, I also did get some comments before the live was deleted where people were like missing me, saying that they wanted me to come back. And I wasn't really gone. I was just trying to like come up with a plan. That's really what my absence has been. Me trying to figure out what to do next because I feel like I've been super candid about how mentally I've just like not been good, and I've been trying my best to just be present um, as much as possible. But at the same time, I know that like the last few weeks, months have just been what's going on, bitch. I don't know. And I feel like that's what I wanted to just convey, that the last live was me trying to be candid about how I do not know, how I need help, how I'm feeling the need for support, community. Um, that was the spirit of the last live. Um, but I want to be super candid that in the last live, I was recording from someone else's space. Thank you, you're sweet. What up, Shay? What up, Eric? What up, Anthony? What up, Sydney? I was in someone's space in my last live, and I just want to be like, I don't want to like be trauma dumpy, and I don't want to be like doing too much because I feel like I don't feel like I ever really introduced y'all to that person. I feel like they, if anyone remembers the person from the live, it was maybe like the last 10, 15 minutes that they were present. Um, but I do kind of want to be candid um, as fuck, as I usually am. Um, this ridiculous world, no. I did not witness Justin Bieber giving a blowjob to Odell Beckham Jr. Very interesting. Um, excuse me. I hope it was consensual. I hope they enjoyed themselves. That's that's all I got. Listen, I am definitely not trying to dump no trauma on nobody. I just want to be like bullet points about like because again, I feel like that's the beauty of like me not really like doing too much with this last person that I connected with, because like I feel like I can say anything, which is kind of dangerous because I feel like I can be delusional, and I can also, I feel like one thing I realized recently is like you can tell many stories a certain way and convey something, and like I want to say that I want to say that when I met the person that I was hanging out with most recently, um, we're just gonna call them Carlton, and at some point maybe you'll realize why. And so I met Carlton on a dating site. I had actually had a date kind of go left. Like this man revealed to me that like I was an experiment. He like revealed to me that he had never met someone who looks like me. Revealed that he had never tried to get with someone like me, and was kind of just like seeing if he liked me. I don't know. It was a very bizarre conversation. One that kind of came out because I was asking him if he was like still interested in like mutual massage because he had brought some body butter, and I was just like trying to figure out like, is you putting it on me or is I'm putting it on myself, because I'm going to use this body butter regardless. So when he started saying all these things, I was like, oh, all right, baby, you ain't got to tell me. You don't have to touch me, because I'm just like, sweetie, like I didn't link with you as like a, like we're not on the same energy. And so in the middle of me putting on this body butter, I'm literally on my phone like texting the person that I talked to last. One thing I mentioned in the video that got deleted was that uh, one of the things that Carlton said to me when we were texting was that, because I was hitting on him super hard. I was like giving him a lot of praise because I really was very attracted to him, And he said to me, "So when are you gonna take me on a date?" And that's when I was like, I'm not gonna lie, that disgusted me. Um, I feel like there's nothing to restart really. Honestly, like we literally are just starting. We're literally I just started the story. So as I said, him asking me when I was gonna take him on a date really did stress me out. Really disgusted me. I actually was like, I'm about to unmatch you, because not that I don't believe in taking a man on a date, but I was just kind of like. And I'm not gonna lie, like at this point in this moment, I feel like I would have to be in something more deep. What up, cool beans? I would have to be in something more deep to like really be saying, yeah, I'm gonna take a man on a date. But at the time, I was like, damn, am I that radical? Like, do I think a man deserves a date? So I was really trying to, check myself and be like, damn, are you being, you know what I mean? And so I really, again, I wasn't really talking to him, but when I had that bad date, I was like, what are you up to? So he basically tells me that he's making brownies and that I could come over and have some and we could just hang out. And I was like, that sounds fun. Us having the brownies, us connecting, it felt very much like this is such a very strange thing, but I felt like I was hanging out with someone who was starving for company that was not white. Like I felt like I was hanging out with someone who was like, wow, like you like the music I like, you like this, or like these are things that I can show you this and you'll get it. I can play this for you, I can say this to you. And so it very much was a situation where I felt like he was. Um, Here's the thing. I feel like if I'm in a relationship with somebody, why wouldn't I take them on a date? But I do think for a man to be like, oh, you're you're gassing me up, but like, are you gonna take me out? I was like, would I? Again, I don't think that there's anything wrong with taking someone that you have an established connection with on a date, especially if they're already taking you on dates. I think that that's fine, but I do think, in retrospect, definitely a red flag. But I like the red flags, baby. Like, I feel like again, I feel like attraction really does make you think. Cause I was like, you know what? Um, Yeah, I feel like the brownie thing. I feel like the brownie. He very sassy. The brownie thing, kind of like for me, kind of gave like, I did ask you to take me on a date, but I also want you to know I'm a nurturing man and I'm a baking man. I'm a man who can cook. I'm a man who has a cozy home. You can come to my home and expect a meal or expect a snack, a drink, some lively conversation. Like being in his home, he's a fucking Sagittarius stellium and a Scorpio stellium. Sweetie, if you know your tarot cards, temperance and motherfucking death. Boop. Very intense. So the home of a Sagittarius, healing, calming, good energy. He had an air purifier. Like motherfucker had several fucking vacuum cleaners. Like at the end of the day, he was in his divine feminine, and I seen it, and I was like, okay. So again, I was just like, wow, like this energy is everything. And then I'm like, bitch, after the brownies, after everything, I'm like, why wouldn't I take you on a date, bitch? Why wouldn't that be in the cards at some point? So, all right, so, like I was saying, so we we were enjoying. At that time, I want to say that I had a desire to be like connected, sexually with this man, but my period came on. I also started getting like a little chest cold or some shit. This man was making me tea. This man was like this man went out and bought a humidifier. Like at the end of the day, like a lot of the things that were happening were very much like, whoa, like I matter to you. Like when I woke up in the morning, he was like, he's like, if you want to use my sleep apnea machine, he's like, you sounded a little bit belabored in your chest. He's like, I have some Claritin D. Like he literally was just like being like, I don't know, like I feel like obviously like it's okay for someone that you're connecting with. Not your body was communicating. not the Yoni was like renewal. I appreciate you. Yeah, but like I was saying though, like I'm like getting ill. Like as we're hanging out, I'm like going through, and he's like, actually, I'm obsessed with you. Actually, like, let me care for you. Let me do whatever I can for you. And I was like, I'm over here like I could go home. You know what I mean? But he's like, no, stay. Like the energy is very much like I'm going to the gym. I'm gonna go get us breakfast. I'll be back. Like it was very much like what's happening. Like oh my god, and I'm feeling a lot of feelings because I'm just like, whoa, this man is like caring for me. This man is showing up for me in a particular way. This man's sharing secrets with me. At one point, I feel like this is another red flag, but I didn't clock it at the time because like, I just was like, I just felt so like unbothered. But again, in retrospect, I'm just like, I don't know what the point of that was. But his friend, I appreciate you. So his friend comes over and they're about to go out. Like his friend is coming over and they're about to go get in an Uber and leave, and I'm still in his house. Like I was gonna go, I was leaving at some point too, but I want to say that like I had did something. Like there was something. I think I had like I think I was like I had something on his stove or something. Yes, he actually did say all of this, bitch. I. Why would I lie? Why would I lie to y'all at this point? At this point, baby, I'm in the bonnet with the belly out. Like, let's come on now. Why would I? Why would I pretend like this? So he has a friend come over. Me and the friend start talking. The friend start telling me his business. People be telling me their business all the time. He's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna stop being a dom. He's like, yeah, I think I'm trying to find a relationship for real. I'm like, sweetie, I don't even know how those go together, but live life. I'm over here just trying to, just have a good time with the friend. For some reason, when me and him link back up, he's like, yo, he's like, my friend said that you were not attractive to him. And I was like, okay. I was like, and he's built like a cigarette, looks like a bird in the face. and and he was laughing, but I was just like, in retrospect, what's the point of that? But he started telling me his friend's secrets, talking about some, yeah, he lost the love of his life because the girl had a hairy butthole, and he was just like, I don't know if I could be with somebody who had a hairy butthole. I was like, he wouldn't even take her to go get the butthole tinted. You could get the hairs tinted. Like he wouldn't even know that it's hairy no more. Like, or also just go get wax with her or something. Like offer her a sugaring session or something. And he's like, for real. He's like, my friend is shallow as fuck. And I was like, that's weird that that's your friend though. I'm like, it seems like you just keep him around so you can roast him. He's like, you know what? You're right. He's like, I think I have outgrown him. And I was like, well, live life. So I would have conversations with him where it was just like, interesting. Like I just feel like it would just be like I don't know. I'm not sure in retrospect how else I would have like responded to that, but I was just kind of like, why do I need to know that your ugly friend thinks that I'm not cute? Exactly, cool beans. Exactly, exactly. So I'm just like, wow. Like I just feel like when boys start telling you secrets about their friends, it's just kind of like, oh wow, like the whole squad fucked up. Anyways, so like I said, meeting the friend, then finding out the friend wasn't attracted to me or whatever, it was just funny as fuck. He was like, yeah, he said he wasn't attracted to you, but he said you were brilliant and you seemed like really sweet and like warm and like very inviting. And I was like, oh, okay. Like I was like, he got all that just because I was sitting there. I was just sitting there eating a snack, just trying to be nice. You feel me? Just trying to be nice, baby. I done slept on this wig. I went over there with a wig, so I want to be honest about that. I had curled that wig for a long time, had a shitty ass date, and I was like, oh, we not taking this wig off. We not taking it off. We not, this wig, the way I dipped this wig in some water and steamed it with a fucking curler, no, we're wearing this wig for the week. Like, this wig is staying on. So the way that I was talking to the friend, the way I was like, and was like, and then he was trying to say, I was like, exactly, exactly. The people that know that I deleted the last live, I'm trying to just give backstory on why the last live got deleted. But I'm also trying to give backstory to what the fuck was going on with this man because I know some of y'all remember that there was a man in the live. I know some of y'all looked up his mama. I'm not gonna lie, I was dying. When motherfuckers were saying the mama name, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was shook because at the time, I was really like, damn, do I really fuck with this man? And then I was like, damn, I don't want his mama to think like, You know, because it's like no matter what y'all say, that's not gonna matter. It's the fact that somebody contacted the mama. That's what's gonna matter, in my opinion. I feel like it's not gonna matter too much what y'all say about me, because who the fuck is y'all? We are strangers. But the mama knows about me. The mama was talking about some hi on the phone. He was like, my mom says hi. Bitch, why the mama know about me? That's too much. On top of that, he was taking mad pictures trying to send to his mama, talking about something. My mom says you're pretty. I'm like, okay. So it was a lot going on, you guys, a lot going on. He also was asking me, bitch, I'm crying. Listen, I'm glad. Live life. I don't know if somebody really contacted the mom. All I know is somebody said they was gonna contact the mom, and I was like, delete. I was like, cut the cameras, that ass. Because again, the mom over here talking to me through the phone, barely, kinda, talking about some hello and shit, talking about I'm pretty. So I'm just like, I don't want the mom to think I'm a toxic person. Whole time, it's her son. Whole time, the call was coming from inside the house. And I'm worried about me. I'm worried about y'all. I'm worried about the people that don't like me trying to warn somebody about what? Exactly. I do not know this man like that. So it's like, what are we warning him about? What are we warning him about? My pussy is bleeding in his bed. My throat. I'm literally, bitch, I'm coughing like, and he literally like, can I get you some honey? Like we literally went to the store and he bought a bunch of tea. He was like, I want to have some good tea for when, you want a cup of tea in my house. I'm gonna get some good honey. Like he was going out his way. All right, all right. We got a block. We got a block. My God. See, Daphne, and like Daphne, honestly, last time when you was in here, I feel like there was some tension between us. I feel like it was very awkward for me. I'm not gonna lie. When I got off the live, me and Hale had a combo, and I was like, "What was Daphne on?" Because Daphne was being real messy, but at the same time, it was entertaining. So, you know. Anyways, no, I know you just joined the live. You were in the last one that got deleted, so that's why I'm saying like, I'm dead at you. Daphne, please. Whoever's using Daphne account, get off. I need the Daphne that remembers Daphne from what 2 days ago. Um, but I don't really know. It's not that fucking deep. I'm not trying to bring it back up. But I was just like, Daphne, you are very spicy in the last line. Very spicy. We would like to know the sun. We would like to know the sun and moon. I would like to know the sun and moon, please. I would like to know the sun and moon because the way and the Mercury because you were dragging, bitch. I felt like I was being, I felt like I was being from the front of the bonnet, from the front of the goddamn bonnet. Anyways, I also want to say this man had a bonnet for a bitch. Okay, I feel like I was up against a different type of predator, y'all. A different type of animal. Okay, not to call him an animal, but just a different type of op, you guys. Like it's like, when's the last time you slept over a man's house? He had a humidifier and a bonnet for you. Like when? Like when? Like when? Like that's not happening. Don't lie to me. So, anyways, I'm over here trying to keep it cute, trying to keep it cool, but at some point it becomes very clear to me that this man has internalized a lot of anti-blackness, and I don't know if it's from dating white bitches. I don't know if it's from being corporate. I do not know what the fuck is going on with him truly, but I know that he made a couple jokes. He made a couple. He said he had. Bitch, he said he had. He has a bonnet for himself. He has a secondary bonnet for a bitch. I want to put that out there. He has more than one bonnet. Aries, Sun, Sag, Moon, Gemini, Mercury. Okay, the Gemini Mercury was eating me up. The Gemini Mercury was eating me. Ah! Woo! Because I got a Sag Moon too, bitch. Sag Moon, we see each other. But that Gemini Mercury, whew, my God. My God, bitch. You should have a podcast because you was really eating me. But yeah, so um I don't want to say all the things that were like internalized anti-blackness and like internalized, but there were just some moments. I feel like the first moment that I will not forget is very early on. I was like trying to be silly and trick him or something, and he's like, "I'm black, not dumb," and I was like, "What?" And he's like, "I don't know." It was just like we both had a moment where, like, it was just like, "Ooh, why you say that?" And so we start talking more, and like I'm just I don't know. I just feel like I hate to say this, but I feel like he was dating. He did have a Jerry curl. He did have a Jerry curl. My mom was laughing. My mom was like, "Oh, he the player from the Himalayas." I was like, "Mommy, no!" I said, "Mommy, no!" Like, not my mama. Like, bitch, I had to call my mama, bitch. That's how bad this shit was. I had to call my fucking mom. My mom was like, "Oh, you was fucking with the player." From the Himalayas, like this. No, my mama roasted me. Ooh, bitch, that was crazy. Oh my god. Like, meanwhile, my mama like, oh, bitch, I went to South Carolina and met Donnell, and we good again. It's been 40 years and we back. I'm like, not my mama having a better thought tale than me, like having a better thought time in the thought south. Like, oh my god, like I honestly I want to throw the phone, but I couldn't because I felt bad. Like I was like, damn, she know. Not I'm his bonnet. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Anyways, my mom was joking on me and laughing at me for fucking with a man with a perm. Listen, at the end of the fucking day, bitch, he said it was a little text lax. He ain't say it was a perm. You know what I mean? It wasn't giving just for me. It wasn't giving just for me. You know what I mean? Daphne, I hurt my own feelings. You know what I mean? It was giving very AD and Clayton, and I mean that so genuinely. I'm not even trying to play with AD, but I just feel like I'm gonna be so honest with y'all. Like I was just like, and then put Risa Tisa face on top of it, like low key. I was like, I swear to God, I was just like, yeah, we can make this work. We just gonna have to read a lot of bell hooks together and watch a lot of videos from black women. We're going to survive. I'm going to help you. Oh, you're not going to no. I was like the Beckys have poisoned you. Like I was really trying to put on the white ladies, bitch. I was like, it's the Beckys. It must have been the Beckys. Not thinking about how, sweetie, you're putting yourself in a lot of situations to be around white people. Around white people, you're literally texturizing your hair so you can give Latin. Like, bitch, I feel like he want to give Dominican, low key. Like, I feel like that was the whole vibe. Was like, I'm Dominican, I'm trying to cosplay as Dominican. I didn't think about it like that though. I've never met that type of person before. I have not. I genuinely have never met a man with a perm. I was fascinated. Not like it's like I was fascinated. I don't want to roast any of them. Leave them alone. Leave everybody alone. Let's not roast nobody. What's oh ooh. Listen, I'm hiding all the weird stuff. Ooh, I didn't want to hide you though. I didn't want to hide you. My bad. My bad for Urvashi. I did not mean to play with you. Um, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. But anyways, like I was saying, the relationship that we had, the connection we had, it was not germane. Not germane. I mean, I'll say this. I just feel like there was another moment where his cousin came over the house, and at that point, I'm not wearing a wig no more. Like I have my natural or whatever, and I'm making some food. Like I'm just making some lunch, and he was just like, you see, like he was really bragging on me in this way that made me feel super uncomfortable, because he was looking at his cousin. He was like, he's like, you dealing with white bitches. He's like, you dealing with a white lady who got racist white family, and like I could never. He like couldn't be me. He's like, I'm gonna be over here. He's like eating the food, eating the good food, then with the seasoning. Like he was really trying. He was really trying to like make his cousin feel like shit, seemingly, about being married to a white woman for 15 years. Meanwhile, you just stopped fucking with Becky last week. You literally, like, Becky's stuff is still here. I see remnants of Becky around your home. Becky's been here. So I don't know why you're doing all this. And I was like, and when his cousin left, I was like, that made me feel really uncomfortable. I was like, why did you do that to us? Like, why did you do that? I was like, that's his wife. Like, why would you compare? I was like, we've known each other 6 days. There's nothing about me that's giving I'm your wife, I'm your steady. Like, that's not. And his energy was very much like, oh, well, that's just how we play. That's my brother. He's like, if you're uncomfortable, say you're uncomfortable. I'm like, whoa, okay. So you oftentimes make fun of the fact that your cousin is with a white woman who has racist family, and you often compare your partners, your current partners, or your current love interest to your cousin's partner of 15 years. So again, there were just a lot of moments where I was just kind of like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is he really on? What's really happening? But again, I'm thinking like he just need to read this book. He just need to, and he's already in therapy, right? So I'm, you know, at some point he asked me to like do Easter together. I feel like this is just like just to get to the point of like why me and him are no longer connecting. He asked to do Easter probably like 3 days into us knowing each other, and he was like, I'm gonna have some friends over. He's like, if you want to come over, that'd be cool. In retrospect, I should have said I'll come as a guest. For some pick me ass Bob the builder, Bobisha the builder ass reason, I was like, I'll make something. And then they were like, you should invite your friends. And I'm like, for sure. Once they said that my friends were coming, that put the battery in my back. And I was like, oh shit, like I gotta turn this out. Like we gotta have a good Easter, do 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 do. So me and him go shopping for the Easter. We're prepping for it seemingly, but he is not helping me. Like he is not helping me prep for this shit at all. And at first, I'm kind of like not tripping about it because like I also want to say like before we got all the stuff to prep, and like I want to say a few days after the invite. Keep in mind we had known each other for like 7 days all together. So I want to say like on day 4 or 5, he was like, oh, he's like this person that I wanted to have a date with, like got back to me. Now keep in mind, like we were never on some like we're together shit, like we're dating shit. It was very much just like a connection. Um, Shout out to Loca 91. Shout out to the daughters. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Love you. Thank y'all so much. Y'all are kind. As I was saying though, so the relationship that we were cultivating was one where like we both could date other people, see other people, but he was telling me about a date on Saturday, and I'm like, sweetie, we're doing Easter on Sunday. So I'm just like, how we like? I was like, can you push it to Friday? Because it's like that way, I'm not like I had already planned to like do some other shit on Friday. So like it was like Friday, you go do your thing, and then Saturday we link to do the prep, and then Sunday we link up to do like the event or whatever. And so at some point, I appreciate you, World Walks. Thank you so much. I want to say at some point, on Saturday when I met the cousin, I'm like prepping for the food, right? And like that's when he's doing the weird thing of being like, oh, she's better than your wife. She's better. Do do do. Not Drake vibes, bitch. Absolutely love. But like, here's the thing: he hates Drake. Like, what up, Jem? I feel like we had a lot in common. Like, we both like hated the same rappers for being racist or for being anti-black, for being colorist, for being culture vultures, for being rapists. Like, I just feel like me and him had like that convo about like fucked up people, like abusers, toxic shit. Like, we very quickly were appraising like that. We had very similar feelings about a lot of things, and so I feel like there was like this faux feeling of like camaraderie and friendship and connection based on like being honest with each other that was just not real because we barely knew each other. So basically like I'm trying to make everything perfect on Saturday. Like I'm trying to like fucking prep and like be like a entertain your cousin, be present. Like I'm trying to be all these things, and like I'm also trying to like give him space because like he has a date with somebody. And so I also want to say this person, he brought them up to me at one point and was like, is Lebanese white? And I was like, do she look white? And he's like, well, she look, like she got like lighter skin. Like I'm like, sweetie, she white. And so the energy very much was, oh, my friend made this shirt. And so the energy was very much like he was trying to figure out if he was going to go hang out with a white lady or not. And it was just kind of like, sweetie, you know what a white lady is. Like, what are you talking about? So again, I feel like that was a red flag that I was really trying to, I was really trying to hold space for him. But that whole like is Lebanese white, I was like, sweetie, you know what the fuck you're seeing. So, anyways, with that being said, um, I know he's going on a date with a white lady on Saturday, right? The day before our Easter celebration with I don't say all of our friends to make it seem like, but he had friends coming, I had friends coming. We had a time frame. It wasn't like trying to have an open relationship. We had just met each other and we also knew that like we might meet other people that we have feelings for. That's cool. Um, but I really thought that like, again, like I'm doing all this prep on Saturday in my head. I'm not realizing it, but I'm like really wanting him to see how much I'm putting into our Easter celebration so that when he goes on this date, he's like, this person's like making stock on the stove from bones, like all these things. Like I'm wanting him to like see all this labor that I'm doing, but at the same time I'm not thinking about like what I'm really doing, because like I feel like I had named it to him at some point when we had a conflict. I was like, I feel like I'm auditioning for like this relationship, like I feel like I'm auditioning for you in some way. And he's like, I feel like that as well. And I was like, that's weird, because like I'm accepting you, like I'm accepting you completely, and I just feel like I'm the one that's like worried about like doing the wrong thing, saying the wrong thing, being the wrong thing. And so I'm trying to be the good thing. I'm trying to be like the loving, empathetic, kind. Like I'm not trying, I am those things, but I feel like I'm also like trying to give like, you know, I got it. Like I'm present. I'm with you. Like I'm your person. Like I just feel like in ways like there was a performance that like I wanted to like show up for him in a particular way. And I want to pause to say that like there's this content creator named Cindy Noor. They make amazing videos on YouTube and on TikTok. I prefer them on YouTube though. I'm a long format person, so give me a long video, I'm into it. And so she made a video recently. Um, I have, but like it didn't do anything for me. I'm not one of those cigar people. Like if you're gonna give me a cigar, just give me a blunt actually. But yeah, so Cindy Noor, her YouTube channel is amazing. I'm obsessed with it, and I am grateful that she creates content. She made a video that I feel like literally explains like why I was moving the way I was moving. It's called like, fuck. It's called Can We Talk About It? Black women dating, like black women and dating. I want to be candid that like while we were together, I was absolutely holding space for the fact that I am a mixed person, a whole mixed person. And it really had him realizing that like he has admixture in his family as well. And that he may be considered a mixed person depending on who's talking to him, who's looking at his ancestry, this or that, this or that. But at the same time, I think he also was acknowledging or realizing in real time that he was like really projecting onto me. And again, like these are things that like nobody tells the mixed girlies who are like showing up in black spaces as the light skinned black girls that like we're going to also like be meeting like this same like weird anti-black energy, not in the exact same way, but the ways that some black men genuinely do not fuck with themselves, you know what I mean, like, or do not fuck with blackness, like, and they see it in you, like they see, like I just feel like the way we were sharing things, like the way we were like listening to certain music, sharing certain poetry, just so many different things that I would feel like we're pulling from black culture, black aesthetic, black cool, black politico. Like I personally feel like he felt like to me and him are connected in this. And I don't think that he was like happy about that, if that makes sense. Like I feel like he was very much um very unhappy to be a black person, and I understand in ways that like it was the corporate background, it was being the black man amongst white people that is challenging stereotypes, and instead of white people like letting them go, they're now creating new categories for certain black people, like, oh, this, oh, you're not really black, you're white on the inside. Like the whole concept of an Oreo is actually like very diminishing, because what it says is like you have to be taking on some kind of white identity around white people and like holding that as like your reality. and like anything outside of that is the other and could make you a pariah or alienated. I'm not saying I understand or I get it. I was just like, oh, like you've been around white people so much that like you're performing for them in ways and you don't got to do that with me. Like at one point he started getting like real like animated about this white woman who had done some harm to him, and he was like, I want to pull up on her. I was like, you could put your gun down. Like you don't, like, sweetie, it's a white lady, go to small claims. Like it was just like there was like I just felt like he was tapping into something around me that had me like, whoa, like I know when you're around Becky, you're not talking like that. Like I know you're not talking like this around Becky, and it's okay. But there's a part of me that felt like he felt free to be candid in a particular way. Um, the British, please don't play. Please don't play. I'm too poor for you to play. I'm too poor. Okay, if it's not real, don't play with me, child. Okay, don't play. With that being said, though, um, yeah, I feel like the energy was very much not loving, but gesturing like there was love there. I feel like he was really not feeling me for real, for real. I think he was not feeling himself. I also think that like, there was a lot of trauma there for both of us because like I feel like I was realizing in retrospect that I really do desire to be around black men, black people in general. Um, but I just feel like with that being said, like being candid about that, like, or even a black, oh no, even a black man feeling that, you know what I mean? Even a black man feeling like, oh, like I'm okay. Even feeling like a black man or a black person like is open to connecting with me. Like those are things that make me fucking happy. And I feel like I'm not trying to be fetishizing or tokenizing, but I genuinely think that's what this man was doing to me. Like I really feel like he was seeing me as some sort of like I wish I could explain it better, but I really feel like my friend was telling me that he was mammifying me and like making me like this symbol of blackness and black womanhood that like I am clearly not, and then also was projecting on me in a particular way. Like I like there's some things that I don't want to share because I feel like in retrospect I think it speaks to the infantilizing that white women get from black men. Like he said some things to me that made me feel like we are the adults, they are beneath us, but for some reason that's what you desire. Like for some reason you don't see a white woman on your level, but at the same time you do see a white woman as a partner, even if she's not an equal to you, but you prefer that. Like that is something for you. I also think the performance that black men have to do to be seen as men in the society of white supremacy versus when a black man is around someone who is of color and is perhaps aware of ways that people be operating in black households where the black man is revered a particular way. I really think that that's what that was for him in a way. I think like I was holding space for him in a particular way. I was challenging him. I was able to at times see with him how things were anti-black or how things were just like not functioning outside of the colonizer's imagination. And I feel like in that I thought we had connection and camaraderie. um Thank you for enjoying me at any point. Don't get me wrong. I feel like somebody moving that quick being a red flag is valid for sure. I've never had a man be like sending pictures to his mom and being like, "Oh, I can't wait for you to meet her." I've never had a man ask me to, engage in parallel play very early on and be asking me like, "Oh, like is it cool if I go to the gym? Is it cool if you come to the like to yoga with me?" Like he was asking me to go to Vegas with him and his friends. Like there was a lot of like, I want you around me. I want you to be with me. I don't want to do this life without you. Like I want to do so many things with you. I want to connect with you in so many ways. There were a lot of things that were said and demonstrated that had me like, oh damn. But at the same time, in retrospect, I think that, and I mean this with so much love, I feel like when he told me about a black woman that he had dated or gone out with, and how she was like very much like insistent on him being like financially leading and like being the one to pay all the time. Like he kind of like I think planted a seed that like if you're gonna be with me, you have to be willing to like work with me. Keep in mind this man makes 6 figures, he's rich, like he's doing very well, but he still is desiring a woman that is like wanting to like spoil him, treat him a particular way. And as a poor bitch, I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like my energy was very much like, I'm not going to be tricking on you like that. Like, I feel like my energy was very much like, I feel like for me, the thing that I could conceive was like he enjoyed playing with makeup, and I was like, I would buy him like a fucking eyeliner. Like, I feel like I'm not going to be buying, big ticket items, but I could absolutely see me like playing with makeup with you, and that could be fun. Again, I want to be clear that like I realized with this connection with this man that like I am the shit. Like I just feel like it. Again, I feel like I want to be clear that I left him. I also want to put that out there. I want to be clear that I stood up, okay, and I dipped. But here's the thing. I want to say like here's how everything like really like fell apart. He, as I said, he had a date on Saturday. I asked him to push it back. He was like, "Oh, this person was hard to get a date with, so I'm gonna keep my Saturday date, and then we can link up at 9 o'clock in the morning on Sunday for our Easter celebration with our friends." I was being cool girl as fuck because in my mind I'm like, this motherfucker takes a nap off nothing. There's no way that we're doing this together if he doesn't like take this shit seriously. I'm like, if he's not home by 1 a.m., like I think we're fucked. And so, um, all right. You know what? My bad, NL, for deleting your message. Because I actually think you're cool. But you said, do you feel as a poor heavy set? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like being poor, being fat, being a person of color, um, I'm not like I'm not worried about like I just feel like that's the thing. I feel like there are people who genuinely want to connect with me that are not necessarily a man or white. I know that like decolonizing means like stepping away from like people who have certain privileges over me and finding ways to connect with people who are in community with me in a particular way. So I just want to be candid that like I think that it's weird to think that like anybody who looks like me could not find like love. I don't think for 1 second that I've been deprived of love my entire life. I feel like I've been loved. I feel like I've experienced it. I experienced genuine connection. And in this connection with this man, if I can get back on topic, I was wanting to experience compersion. I was absolutely wanting him to be on this date. I was never trying to stop the date. I want to put that out there right now. When I said I was being cool girl, I mean like we have an event tomorrow and I'm doing all this cooking and you're not helping me. And I'm not pressing you to help me because I want you to be rested for this date so that you appropriately hang out with this person. When I say appropriately, I mean just be cognizant of the fucking time because the next day we literally have an event that we're hosting together that you set up, not me. You set it up, I didn't, but I'm a fucking Capricorn, so in my mind I'm like, what is this gonna be? I wake up at 7:30 in the morning to a text message at 4 a.m. telling me that he's still not gone to bed. And I make the executive decision as a fucking Capricorn to call it because I'm like, sweetie, you didn't go to bed till 4 a.m. I'm glad you had a good time, but I'm not putting my Easter in the hands of this. I'm not putting my friends in a situation where I'm frustrated around a man for not respecting my time or labor. I also want to say that I made him send me an Uber to go get my stuff because I had left my vibrator there too. I feel like, honestly, bitch, I was sloppy for that. But in my mind, I'm like, bitch, I'm going to be there tomorrow morning. I'm going to be able to bust my nuts before everybody gets there. You know what I mean? I was thinking. I thought I was thinking. I wasn't thinking. So, anyways, I haven't been looking at the chat for like the last 5 minutes. Um, but yeah, right, Mish. And keep in mind, one of the things he said to me early on was like, "Oh, if I took a nap, would you be upset? Like, if I took a nap, would you like be mad at me?" And I was like, "Why would I be mad that you need to rest?" You know? So I was just like, you know what I mean? Like, that was my energy. I was just like, oh, like white women have harmed you to like a very bad degree. Like, I was in sympathy mode with him for sure. Because again, him asking me if I'm gonna be mad if he needs to take a nap, him asking me if we're hanging out in the same house, like, and he goes to play video games with his friends, will I be mad? And I'm like, no. Like, I just remember being like, dude, like, I want you to have a happy life. Like there were times where I was on the phone with my friends and we'd be hanging out, and then he'd be like, "Are you still on the phone?" I'm like, "Yeah, my friend is on the phone with me right now, ignoring the fuck out of me." And he's like, "I wish I had that." He's like, "I wish I could just like call, maybe." No, definitely not the first, but I think I was like the person that came closest to him because I think that like he was looking, like, I think that he believes that black women are like gold diggers, in my opinion. Like, just based on what he said, I think he's like worried about a woman of color taking advantage of him when like mostly white women have taken advantage of him. I just find it fascinating, like the things he said about dating a woman of color and like how they were expecting him to perform like masculine as a provider, whereas the white women with you have expected the same fucking thing and you have not had a problem with it. But I think that like when a woman of color is like direct about what she's desiring, I think white women get an automatic like, of course you're gonna, of course you want that. You know what I mean? I think when a black woman is spelling it out and just trying to like, again, preemptively not waste her time, men of color will hear, "Oh, you trying to get money?" And it's like, no, like she's trying to make sure that you're gonna treat her properly. Whereas these white women, they know you about to treat them properly. Like the white lady had a dog at your house and a pool and shit. Like the white lady had you doing a lot. When you're talking about black women being candid about like their desires around connection, I'm not sure the difference, but I am now. Anyways, getting back into what I was saying though, like I said, that text message from 4 o'clock in the morning had me like, oh, like, yeah, no. So I get the Uber to his house. As soon as I get there, I'm knocking and ringing the doorbell because, sweetie, why would I just go in? He's like the door's unlocked. He sends me a text, tell me the door's unlocked, sweetie. I call the person who's like in here. Sometimes their name is Hale. They're one of the moderators. I was on a video call with them because I'm like, I'm not going in no man house who got guns. Like, sweetie, who got guns, and like I don't have a witness on like what's happening because I'm just like, sweetie, I was like, I just want to be candid. I was like, I'm telling my friend, I was like, sweetie, I'm coming to get my stuff. I'm coming to get the food that I prepped yesterday. That's it. I'm not coming here to fight. I'm not coming here to cause no, like, there's not going to be none of that. So as soon as I get up in there, I notice that the stock that I made the day before is still sitting on the counter or still sitting on the stove with fucking tinfoil over the top of it. And I was like, I literally, it broke me. I'm not gonna lie, bitch. I'm not gonna lie. This is probably one of the most pathetic endings of my life. But I feel like in retrospect, it's funny to think about because it's like, wow, like I was really, again, it's like just the way that you'll be. So, anyways, thank you. But yeah, so and keep in mind, bitch, we went to like the good grocery store and got bones, bitch. He paid, of course. He paid, of course. But the bones, bitch, we got the femur bones from the good grocery store, bitch. The ones that be screening the animals for all types of sicknesses and illnesses, shit, bitch. So, a bone broth. Sweetie, Jasmine, sweetie, my knees buckled. When I seen that stock pot with the tinfoil on top, I was like, the chef in me, the chef in me. Sweetie, I roasted the bones. Sweetie, it had marrow. It was marrow. It was femur bones, bitch. Off a reindeer. It wasn't a reindeer, but it seemed like it. It seemed like some sort of beast. You know? Bitch. 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 I don't want to think about the stock no more. I don't want to think about the stock no more, bitch. I'm unzipped. I'm unzipped again. I'm unzipped again. I'm just thinking about it. So anyways. So I see the stock pot. I start bugging. I'm gonna be real. The stock pot had me bugged. I was like, oh my God. I was like, you didn't put the stock away. I was like, oh my fucking God. I was like, you hate me. I was like, you fucking hate me so much. I was like, you couldn't even put the stock away. Whoa. So I'm like literally like walking, like, keep in mind, he's not even out there, bitch. He's in his back room playing PS5, sweetie. Yeah. So I'm in the kitchen like, oh wow. Oh wow. Just finding out that it's fuck me. So then I go to the back room and I'm like, yo, can you get me a trash bag? Cause it's like, sweetie, like, come on. So, baby, the way that I was the Grinch in that bitch. I had the fruit bowl. I poured the fruit bowl, cause bitch, the fruit ain't yours no more. You don't be eating fruit. So, no shade, bitch. That was another red flag for me. I was like, sweetie, you don't got no berry, no banana. My God. So, bitch, yeah. So, so I'm over here pouring all the fruit out the fruit bowl in my motherfucking in my trash bag. The mashed potato, bitch. I had made mashed potatoes, sweetie. Exactly because the bitch is on their job, bitch. I got a menu to post. I got people to fucking apologize to. I got a lot of things going on. This is just, me trying to come back and be like, hey, that last live when I was talking about how down bad I am, turns out I was actually more down bad than I fucking thought. Tragic. Exactly. Mish. 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 Ethan, girl, and that's why you hitting on the channel now. Now you can't even comment no more. So, anyways, it is giving coward Mish. Thank you so much for saying that because I was just like, wow, like he not even coming out. So when I asked him to get the trash bag, that's the only reason why he came out the room. So he get the trash bag from me. I got the trash bag. Sweetie, you ain't missed too much. I promise you, you ain't missed too much. So I got the trash bag. I got the fucking mashed potatoes in there. That's what I'm saying. He was up till 4 a.m. And then, bitch, I didn't say this, but he tried to, like, I was like, hey, can you give me a call at 7 o'clock when I saw the text? I'm like, can you give me a call? Because I'm not sure, like, what we're doing now. Because it's like, you ain't go to bed till 4, so, you know? And so, keep in mind, at this time, it's like 8 something. And we were supposed to link at 9 because, like, the deviled eggs wasn't done. Bitch, we was deviling eggs! Sweetie! Cause it's funny to me in the end. Cause bitch, if I would have deviled them fucking eggs on Saturday, they would be on his motherfucking all over that car, bitch. And I would have hid some of them in the mailbox too. I would have been real fucking nasty, bitch. And I would have ate some too while I was doing it. I would have been like, one for me, one for you. Like it's God's work that them fucking deviled eggs stayed they ass in the damn shell, never got because baby, the way those deviled eggs would have got slung, bitch. I'm telling you, the world is a wild place. Everybody's so creative. But anyways, so I'm over here bugging out. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for subbing for me. I'm honestly, again, I'm taking it in stride because, again, as I tell this story, I'm like, whoa, like, imagine this being my real life. So glad I got off of that ride, bitch. Oh my God. So, anyways, so I'm packing up everything. I'm trying to get the fuck up out of there, bitch. And at some point, I went to go get some water. He's like, do you notice that, like, you're not leaving right away? Do you really want to stay? And I'm like, bitch, I just been cussing. I need to get, my throat is dry. I'm not getting no water because we sitting down and kicking it. I'm sitting down before I have a fucking stroke, bitch. I'm fat, hoe. I can't be this mad. Like, I don't get to be this mad. Like, I'm like, for I fucking die, bitch. Like, I'm just like, sweetie. Like, I'm sorry, but like, now that I'm in my 30s, sweetie, and the amount of bacon that I be eating, like, sweetie, I can't be like, rah, you know what I mean? I gotta, woo, woo, yeah, you know what I mean? I have to find my fucking chi, bitch. Because if I then I'm stroking and you don't give a fuck about me, you got to stock out all night, bitch. I don't know what's gonna happen next. So I was just like, bitch, let me drink this water. And I was like, call the Uber. He was like, okay. So, bitch, I am waiting for this Uber at this man's house. I am waiting, bitch. I'm also sitting next to some pack here, bitch. But I'm waiting, for the Uber, and I went to go outside. Like at this point, I have all my shit, I think, and I'm leaving, and he shuts the door on me before I could get to it. Like he has the door wide open. He's like behind the door. As soon as I get to the door, he shuts it, and he's like, "Do you really want to leave, ma'am?" Ma'am, Ma'am, do I really want to leave? Sweetie, like, ugh. And of course, like in that moment, I'm just like, yes, like immediately, thank you. So I go outside and I'm sitting on the steps. He's still trying to talk to me, bitch. He's still trying to talk to me. He's still trying to talk to me. Like, bitch, I have our whole Easter dinner in a trash bag. In a trash bag, bitch. I have my overnight bag that I left over there, vibrator in it. I'm like, bitch, we're dead to each other. Like, leave me the fuck alone. What the fuck? I feel like for me, I feel like it's not the Sag stellium that I have to worry about. I think it's genuinely the fucking Scorpio stellium. Like the Scorpio stellium is very much like goodbye. Like Scorpio stellium is very much like the death, the end, the end, the end. They need an end. They need endings. They need shit to die to live again. Like that's how I feel about the Scorpios. So anyways, getting back to it. So he's like outside on the porch talking to me, bitch. And I'm literally looking at him. Oh my god, like y'all are really annoying. Y'all are very annoying. Um, not why'd you leave him? Seems he wanted you. LMAO. LMAO. No, he didn't. He want to play a game with me. That's what he likes. I really feel like he likes the fighting, the drama. Do I think I might have? Bitch, how could I fumble a bag that crazy? Oh no. Oh no, beloved. Oh no, beloved. I just feel like I want you to really think about what I'm telling you. This is a black man who is literally out here being anti-black as fuck, and then also expecting people to be his seeing eye bitch. Cause I feel like that's what I was, personally. Nah, you're good, you're good. But nah, he definitely don't want me, bitch. He want to hurt me. Like that's what he really want. Oh no, he definitely start crying, sweetie. He definitely start crying. He definitely start crying. Bitch, he was crying with me the whole time. Like we both had tears at times. But I feel like it was because he is traumatized. He told me his dad used to abuse him, but then didn't want to go too much into it. So it's like he got some father trauma. I don't think he ever seen a good man before. You feel me? Cool beans, I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. I'm definitely gonna make you a moderator. Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, no, I really do think that he has a lot of trauma from his mama and his daddy, and he don't know what to do with that, and he be going to the therapist. On top of that, let me just try to finish it out. Before I left his house, he started recording me talking to my friend. Like I was righteously angry, and he started recording me. I was like, "Why are you recording me?" He's like, "Oh," he's like, he's like, "I want to just send this to my therapist because he says that I'm scared of getting too close to people and like I just cut people off like too quickly and I just want to share this with them." And I was like, "Can you please delete that? Like, can you please?" Like, I literally was like, "Delete that." Also, at one point, like, sweetie, I'm not gonna say this, but yeah, like we had plans to do all types of things that I was open to, but he really just yeah, I feel bad, but like I think that like I saw the potential more than I saw like him, and I think I wanted him to grow right now. You know, I wanted him to like get the information right now. Like I was like bombarding him with books. I was trying so hard. Like I was like, "Can we read Bell Hooks, A Will to Change together?" And in retrospect, I feel like in the end, I think I was trying to make him a better person in general. Cause I was like, I remember when I was leaving, I was like, "You tokenized me, and I'm really hoping that you just keep on swiping on white women. Leave women of color and black women alone. You are not well. You need help. You need to talk to the lady." I was like, "Please spare my sisters and my siblings from any kind of bullshit because this was a lot, and I really hope that you do heal." And his energy was like, "You've crossed my boundary. Now leave my home." He was like, "I'm scared of you." I was like, "Okay." And then that's when I go to leave, and then he's like trying to shut the door on me. Like, "Do you really want to leave?" I was like, "Sweetie, you just said you're scared of me in your Caucasian accent. So I'm expecting the police and the dogs very shortly. So if you could just call that Uber for me, I'd like to leave here alive. I'd like to leave alive." And I just feel like again, like that whole moment, it was just like, yeah, no, he recorded me for his first therapist, sweetie. So again, I and then this is probably one of the most pathetic moments of my life that I'll never forget because I just have a memory like that. But I was sitting on his step waiting for the Uber, and he's talking to me, and like he was just like saying some shit, And I just looked back and I was like, why me? Why me? And I'm screaming it, sweetie. It's 8 a.m. on a very Caucasian street. A very Caucasian street. Yeah. Ooh, bitch, I mourn. And I know he got a Ring camera too, bitch. I pray the audio is fucked up. I pray he can't hear it or see it clearly. Oh my God, bitch. Oh, probably one of the most pathetic moments of my life. Jesus Christ. Wow. Right? I'm like, why me though? Like, you could have really just left me out of this. Like, I'm just like, why me? Woo! Anyways, so I want to say that like obviously I got in the Uber and bitch on the in the Uber I want to say the Uber driver hit on me and I was like, sweetie, I was like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. I've gone through too much. Bitch, he definitely gonna show it to his therapist, of course, of course, of course. And then okay, so I want to also say that there was a follow up, which is really terrible. So I obviously get back here. I'm cooking. I also have to tell all my friends like, hey, Easter's canceled. Remember that amazing man that I thought that I met? yes. 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 Turns out I was wrong. He is not an amazing man. And also turns out that we don't have a ham anymore for dinner. So it worked out. My friends fried chicken, which is really fucking nice of them. Like they really like showed out for Easter in a way that I was like they was frying motherfucking. We had fried asparagus. I never had fried asparagus. It's delicious. I pray y'all get to try that. But nah, my friends like came through. Like everybody was like, and here's another thing. One of the nights that we were together, Royal came over to drink with him, and he was going shot for shot with my friend who really like she an 18-wheeler. Like that's an 18-wheeler. I don't know why you would get your toy car ass on the road with an 18-wheeler. I don't know what he was thinking. I told him, I said, babe, I said, if there's any drink up there that you really like, that you want to put away, just do it now. Because once my friend get into them bottles, it's done. He over here like, oh, I can hang. Bitch, they over here talking about 10, 11, 13. Bitch, I got 3 shots in a cup with some fucking juice. And I'm like, holding on for dear life. Not saying he was stealing my moisture. Bitch, why I stole back all the shit from the beauty supply that I got him, except for the Apogee 2-step protein treatment. Because if I'm being candid with you, baby, that Texlax ate that man up. Wow. When I first met him, sweetie, and I put my hand in that hair, oh, sweetie. Whoa. I was like, who did this? I was like, sweetie, don't let them do your head no more. Because the way that Texlax ate, it was eating. It was eating up the scalp. I was like, oh my God. Wow. And then he ain't know what product to use, so he was just putting oil on it. Sweetie. He had a Texlax. He had a little kitty perm. He had a little kitty perm, okay? He wanted a little wet and wavy. I wasn't mad at him. I tried to let it go. I tried. But I was like, sweetie, you putting oil on top of it, no moisture. He had the little baby perm, little just for me. But when I touched it, I was like, oh, oh. And so I told him about Apogee. Like, that's what I'm saying. The next bitch that get him, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yup. Sure did. Sure did. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cause that shit was ate up, baby. It was ate up bad, sweetie. The way I was giving him a 2-strand twist, bitch. The way I 2-strand twisted, and he was like in the mirror, feeling like a little pretty princess. He was feeling like such a beautiful queen. I could see it. I was seeing him. He was like, what kind of jewelry should I get, babe? All these questions, baby. He was trying to glow up off my mind, bitch. He was really trying to, he was like, what would you do? Like, how would you style me? He was really asking me about his fits. Sweetie. He really, bitch. And here my goofy ass with the hard hat. Bobby should have built her. Yeah, we can build it. Fucking goofy. Sick. Sick, sick, sick. But like I said, bitch, I did steal back that Apogee keratin booster because, sweetie, again, I could have used it for me. and I am. And I also stole back the Camilla Rose, honey, bitch, I sure did. Because again, times is hard. And these men is really playing games. And the fact that, like, you know, like, girl, I didn't even tell you the most craziest part. I don't even want to tell you the most craziest part. Bitch, why he unfollowed me on everything, blocked me on everything, but on Snapchat made sure I could see his story where he was sharing the song, and I'm gonna tell you the song. Whisper, Patrick Page, Duran Bernard, yeah. Whisper, bitch. He had a white lady picture sitting on his couch with Whisper playing in the background. And I was like, wow, you really got the white lady on the couch with the song that we was okay. Like, I just feel like that right there let me know everything. It's like, sweetie, if that's what it was, if I was just a cultural exchange program, if I was just a seeing eye bitch, cool. Like, if I was just a couple songs in a playlist, all right. But he really posted a picture of a white lady after sending pictures of me to his mama. Took a bunch of pictures of me and him, sent them to his mama. Bitch, he date all type of white ladies. He do not care. He do not care. As long as it's white, it's right. It's sad. And it's crazy because, like, when we first met up, he was like, damn, he's like, I don't want to be that black dude that, like, you know, is like a self-hater and like only be with white bitches. And I'm like, well, it's giving that though. It's kind of giving that. Like, are you good? Like, do you need help? And honestly, he did need help, but not for me. So, again, I did play myself. I feel like at the same time, though, I want to shout out Cindy Noor's video about black women dating because while I am not a black woman and I am a mixed woman, I am held to a certain standard that black men hold black women. And it's awkward because I'll be having conversations with them that are very much like I feel like my white ancestor be popping out all the time. Like he's trying to drag me. That was another thing. I put on a song that wasn't going with the flow. And he was like, oh, he's like, I can't listen to this. He's like, I need to listen to some Spice. And I was like, wow, that's so fascinating. Like, I can only play songs that make you feel black, that make you feel like I'm like culturally with you. I can't play nothing else. But I bet when Becky wanna put on Turn My Life Into Pieces, this is my last resort, suffocation, no breathing. I'm sure you be like laughing and be like, ah, Becky, have a good time, Baxter. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like, why I gotta perform for you when, baby, at the end of the day, I listen to all different types of music, but it was really giving, like, actually, I'm here for the black experience. Can you not play no Caucasian music right now? I'm trying to be in my blackness. And I'm like, oh, okay, okay. And again, people be like, oh, why, do you fuck with black men? Sweetie, I am not by any means trying to make it seem like all black men act like this man, but I'm trying to offer. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like I just feel like sometimes I feel like I never know who I am to that black man in the room, cause like a black man could pop out and be like, oh, like what are you mixed with? And I know right then and there, like he'd be a colorist, probably exotification type vibes, you know. But when a black man don't ask me like what I'm mixed with, he could still be trying to like maneuver a certain type of way in the room with me. And like that's just what it is. And it's frustrating, but at the same time, I'm not like yeah, again, I don't think that he a bad person overall. I just think that he is strange one. I also want to say yesterday I was really fucked up. I was crying a bunch because like bitch it was the day after he fucking played the fuck out of me. Like honestly Easter was a good time, but only because my friends was around. If my friends wasn't around I would have felt shitty as fuck. And so the next day I'm like in the kitchen doing dishes and I look back and I see his truck. And so I'm kind of shook because it's like why the fuck are you at my house? And there was a part of me that was hoping that he was coming to apologize. Like there was a part of me that was hoping like he was coming to say something, you know? You stay away from black women that don't date black women. Okay. I hear that. I mean, here's my thing. Here's my thing. I did never sleep with him. I did suck the dick though. Not gonna lie. And that was a whole experience in itself because he was like talking so much shit about his dick. I was like, you have a great penis. Seems great. Seems lovely. And I just feel like me being nice to him about his penis, I could tell, was very much a, oh my god, like nobody is ever nice to me about my penis. Like nobody's ever nice to me, and it's just like, oh, and like just talking about how like he thinks it's small, and I'm like, in relation to who? Like who are we looking at? Whose dicks are we looking at? And like I'm just trying to get him to understand like you're fucked up, like you're really comparing yourself a lot. And I feel like that bothered him. I think the amount of awareness that I had on what his behavior was a lot for him. I think he's used to dating white women who don't see the insecurity. They see maybe hurt, maybe trauma, but I feel like white women are not going to see what I saw, right? And so I think that me being candid with him and being empathetic and loving towards him really bothered him. Like in retrospect, I think he expected me to abuse him because he kept being like, wow, he's like, you're not mad. I really do feel like he wanted to anger me. I really think he wanted to have a a toxic connection with me that was like perhaps symbolic of something he saw on TV, like a like just some sort of like weird like angry black like and I didn't understand it. I kept trying to ask more questions, stay curious with him, but it just felt like he really wanted one day for me to just go off on him. And even when I was going off, like in the kitchen, I'm like, I'm going off because you wasted my labor. I'm not going off on you on some ancestral historical anger that I have for black men. And I really think that that's what he's trying to tap into. I hate to say that, but I really think that he was like always checking to see if something would anger me. And I think when I told him, you know, I had jealousy around like him going out with a white lady. Like I was like, I do have some jealousy around that because I do wonder, like, are you going to realize that that's what you really want? Based on all the white women you dated before, maybe you're gonna realize that's where I belong. You know, that was my shit. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I do think that he wanted me to like get out of his life, but he wasn't trying to say it, and I don't understand what was the point. Um, yeah, I feel like it was awkward because I feel like even the white dude that said he wasn't attracted to me that he brought up, it was just kind of like, well, why does it matter what your white friend thinks? And I just feel like in the end, like I think that he wants someone that he can bring to the fucking corporate picnic, that he can, you know, be anti-black with. Like I don't know exactly. Oh, thank you for getting me back on topic. So he shows up at my house. I open up the door and he's turning around because he was dropping off a bag. In the bag, he left 3 video games, which was weird because like I don't have the system that he thinks that I do. I never said I had a system, so I do not know why he gave me the games. I know that he usually drops video games off random places, like as a random act of kindness. So I thought that was very weird. Um, I'm glad the mod is deleting the motherfucking shit. Like, what the fuck, MK? I'm fucking dead. Thank you, yo. You on your job, bitch. Thank you so much. I love you. Thanks, Cool Beans. Yes, God. I'm crying. You got the troll shook. Um, but yeah, no. So in the thing, also my pick, my Afro pick was in there, and I was really grateful. I'm not gonna lie, cause I did think about it. Also, I had like this little shirt that says like "Live Fast." That was that was in there as well. Also, one of my favorite pairs of leggings was in there. One earring, a makeup brush, and my lipsticks, cause I have forgot my lipsticks when I took my makeup back. Oh, I don't care if he's in this live trolling. I don't give a fuck. Because I feel like, honestly, just like he said, his friend lost the love of his life for being judgmental. I really feel like what he don't realize is he lost someone that was attempting to be a good friend to him. And I know that he appreciated my friendship when he had it. I know that. I know. I could tell on his face. I could tell by the way he would just be somatically connected. I could tell that I meant something, but I also could tell that that newness, that understanding that he was coming to, I don't think he can handle it, and that's okay. Like that's okay. I feel like I'm not going to be able to connect with everybody for as long as I want to, you know? Right, him giving me back the Afro pick was honestly a moment. Like, and so when he was walking away, I said thank you, and he nodded his head. Why I told my mama said, yeah, he not done with you, bitch. I was like, My mom is crazy. My mom was like, yeah. My mom was like, the red flags was out here red flagging. My mom was like, protect yourself. I was like, oh my god. Oh my god, the way I was screaming, bitch. She said, "Yeah, that head nod shit. He coming back. He not done with your ass." I was like, he need to be, cause I'm telling you, I went from like if I seen him again, I'm gonna cuss him out, to like if I see him again, I'm gonna just smile, bitch, because honestly, I'm free. Like at the end of the day, I feel like there's so many things I was absorbing from him that like in retrospect I was embarrassed to tell y'all, but I don't need to be because this ain't me. That ain't me. That's this man. And I feel like yes, I was holding on to see transformation for sure. Yeah, the Scorpio stellium. Not he never gonna be done. Oh my god, bitch! Don't tell me that. Like I hope the Sag stellium override, bitch. I hope the Sag stellium override for real. I pray the Jupiter in him just keeps him going, you know? I hope he keeps on learning and staying present so that he can grow into what he's supposed to be. Personally, that's what I pray on. I pray that he keeps on learning and growing and gets stronger. That's what I want for him. Cause honestly, to somebody, he's gonna be a good partner. To somebody, he's gonna be a good partner. No, no, no. I will not allow it at all. I can't allow it. I can't allow it. Like I said, when I got that text, when I saw that text at 7:30, I knew what time it was. Like, you, baby, again, from the beginning, he been trying to figure out, can I take a nap? Can I cancel plans? He been trying to figure out like how important is shit to you. I told him point blank, if you involve my friends in an event and you saying you feeding people, you absolutely have to be on point. For me, if it was just I was going over his house, I wouldn't give a fuck, right? Because I'm not cooking nothing. There's nothing pressing for me. I feel like that's my fuck up for me is like I wish I would have just been like low stakes with the shits. The fact that I was like, nah, here's the thing. The Becky that he put on Snapchat is from recently. The song, I just showed him that song. He wanted me to see that he had a good time with Becky. I already knew from the 4 a.m. text that you had a great time with Becky. I knew from how you blew off being present from Easter that you had a great time with Becky. I'm extremely emotionally intelligent. I can see that things shifted for you. That's okay. I wasn't mad about that. What bothered me was the lack of the fucking soup being on the soup being on the stove. Please do not pray about my fat. Please leave my fatness alone. Oh my god. Wow, people be really worried about a fat bitch, and I'm not be worried about y'all at all, bitch. I'm gonna eat a sandwich and live. Right, Mish, that's my thing. If it was just me, I would have probably been like, this man is sloppy as hell. Like, good to know. I would have noted like holidays are not real for him. He do not really care about a holiday, or he don't really think about it like I do. Like for me, if my friends are gonna be coming over, we're gonna hang out, have a good time. I care a lot. Like I really do. And I'm not gonna change that. Like I have a high standard for my friends. If you're my friend, if I care about you and I invite you to something, I will make sure you have a good time. And if I can't ensure that, I'm not going to put you through it. Like that was my thing. I let everybody know immediately. Like yo, Easter done. Easter's done. We not doing Easter over there. It's not. It's not. And I'm trying to get better at communicating very quickly, but not always the same. Not always easy for me. Right, he was trying to ruin Easter lunch, bitch. Talking about some, can we talk at 5 p.m.? He asked me if we could talk at 5 o'clock in the night. And we had people coming over at 2 p.m. I don't want to have a conversation with you at 5 o'clock in the night. I actually don't want to talk to you anymore. I actually want to move on. Right, like he know he not the type to, like he know he not really stable like that. And maybe he wanted to be. And maybe I wanted him to be too. That's okay though, you know? But my friends were like, the way my friends' eyes were like, 4 a.m. text, I'm like, exactly. Like, just, they were like, why did he just pretend to oversleep or some shit? I'm like, exactly. I'm like, he wanted me to hurt. Like, I just feel like he knew, like, what doing that would do. Like, I just feel like I can't, he's too intelligent at this point to not know what he was doing. So I'm like, sweetie, the 4 a.m. text wasn't necessary. Like, you could have just said, I hate you, bitch. You know what I mean? No, the night before Easter, I wasn't there. I wanted him to have a good date. The day before Easter, I was prepping at his house. I left his house when he was taking a nap before his date. And I was just trying to, as I said, I was trying to give him space. But I was in his house all throughout the fucking week. So that's what was even crazier is like if I was wild, I could have popped up at his house at any point. So that's why I was like, why would I do that? Like I just again, I really feel like he wanted like some drama. He really wanted someone to like fight for him or something, or fight about him, or be, you know what I mean? I really do think that he wanted that. Brands, I appreciate you. I am fat. It's okay. But with that being said, I'm grateful that like I had the experience because I think I've been afraid to like date men of color. I'm gonna be real with you. Like after dating so many white dudes, I'm just kind of like, like what's that gonna be like? You know what I mean? And I feel like this experience is part of like my fear. It's like that I meet a man who seems so amazing in all these ways. Like his profile was like free Palestine, like I'm emotionally available, like I'm non-monogamous, I'm looking for deep connections and friendship and do like his profile was so good that I sent it to all my friends and they were like, holy shit, like they seem amazing, like they seem great. And again, like, you know, a bio can really have you holding space for, you know, what you think you should feel or what you should get. So okay, just to give like the story, like in the little like for Amira, he texted me at 4:30 in the morning the night before we were supposed to have Easter, and I had already prepped all this food. So I was like, sweetie, I'm just gonna get the food and do something else. Like and I feel like for me, I feel like that's the most non-monogamous thing a bitch could do. It's like, sweetie, if you're having such a good time on your date, why wouldn't you just be like, yo, can we switch the Easter plans up? I would have absolutely been like, that's fine. Like, what else am I gonna say? You know? We're new friends. Like if he would have just been candid and said, hey, you know, I'm not going to be available. I'm tired. I'm groggy. Like I had a good night last night and I didn't prioritize. Like he could have said anything. I just feel like the energy was very much like soft cancel. It was very much like, hey, I haven't slept yet. Can we push everything back hours and hours and hours? And keep in mind, I had asked him about pushing that date back, and it was like, no, we cannot push this date back. I have to have this date on Saturday. It's the only time this person's available. So there's a part of me that just felt like, damn, like, I appreciate y'all. Um, I was just kind of like, damn, like, okay, so this white lady, like, you know, oh, here's my thing. I don't feel like I did too much for him. I think that I was definitely way too available to him. I think that I should have like, you know, I feel I should have casually dated him. And when I say casually date, I just mean made him pay for everything and hung out with him when I hung out with him. But I think that that's what a lot of women of color have done. I think that there are a lot of women of color who realize very quickly, like, oh, I can't be with you all the time, but you got some money to spend. And I think that's why he was trying to like be like, oh, whenever I'm with a woman of color, like they're kind of looking for me to tap into my like daddy energy, and I don't want to just be daddy, like I want to also be baby boy because he's also fucking the youngest in his family. So I just feel like he also, as I said, like I think for anybody that watched the latest season of Love Is Blind, very Clay vibes, very much like seeing your daddy be a piece of shit. He did spend money on me. He did eat the pussy. That those things did happen. Again, when the period came and it left, there was a moment. Actually, am I lying? I am lying, bitch. He played with my pussy. He never ate it. And I want to say that like him not eating my pussy was okay for me because I want to say that like I wasn't all the way. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I don't want to go into it. I don't want to go into it. For the people that are in their 30s and know about the listen, I'm not gonna go into. I'm not gonna go into it. If you're in your 20s, just keep on living life, baby. You'll figure it out. I love you. But yeah, no, he definitely bought all the groceries for the stuff. He definitely, you know, put money on me. Like, absolutely, I appreciated what he was doing. But again, him early on being like, oh, women of color be using me for money. I'm like, oh, well, I don't want anything from you. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm just enjoying the time we're having. But in retrospect, I can understand why women of color that are connected to him are like, yeah, you kind of got to be paying for me to be around you. Because again, his energy is very much like bizarre. And it's sad because I feel like also when he dropped off the stuff yesterday, he had baked brownies. Sweetie, the brownies that he baked for me the first night we met were delicious. They were so delicious that I put the ones he left, the extra ones in the freezer and mixed them with ice cream later on. Like they were delicious brownies. He did an amazing job. The brownies that he dropped off at this house. I'm not even trying to be funny. Baby, them shits was burnt. They was burnt. And I was dying. Cause sweetie, I just thought they was hard, bitch. Why they were from a box, but listen, he be putting his foot in it, honestly. Like he really like I've had a good brownie from him, so I don't want to do too much. But this brownie that he dropped off, sweetie, the way the ice cream was avoiding it. Like I put ice cream on top of it, the shit just rolled up. The ice cream was like, sweetie, we can't get into that. Like, it's carcinogens. It's burnt. It's not even brownie. Sweetie, the ice cream had melted, bitch. And it's still, bitch, I was poking that bitch. I was poking that bitch. It wouldn't even move. I was like, the brownie, it don't move. Why the fuck my friend was like, damn, bitch, if he wanted to poison us, this is the way. Us, they were like, they know us fat hoes want to eat these damn brownies. I was like, exactly. And bitch, I took a bite. I was like, what? I need some ice cream. Bitch, the ice cream couldn't even do it. I was crying laughing. I was like, see, and this is why I like being around him, cause he was kind of goofy. Like he be doing goofy shit. Like only he will be like, yeah, I'm gonna give her shit and give her some brownies too, and they burnt. Like I wish, like, the tiniest wish, not the biggest wish, that I could have said it to his face, been like, baby, them fucking brownies, you should have kept them shit. I was like, now I know you really hate me for real, cause like the way you just gave me some chocolate rocks at the end, like, good God, they was definitely goodbye, bitch. They was definitely, and I told, cause my friend ate them. I was like, friend, cause I didn't know my friend, cause like also, bitch, also I should say this, one of my friends that I live with had matched with him before we had even met. And I had noticed it. And so when he dropped off the brownies, he had the nerve to write to my friend and to me. Second, girl, what the fuck is that? So I was the one who took the brownie and went to go eat it and found out the hard way. It was the hard way. And I come back, I'm like, friend, don't eat that brownie because it's fucked up. They was like, bitch, I already ate it. I was like, that hard ass brownie. I was like, did you have milk? Like I was worried. I was like, you might need to go to the hospital or some shit. Cause bitch, the way I didn't even eat the brownie. I went like this. I was like rubbing on it, and I went, it's not the fucking chocolate and the fucking cream is not mixing. Like it's fucked up. Green grows, green grows, green grows, green grows. Trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me. Instapot Thought, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I will absolutely add you as a moderator. Thank you. Appreciate all the help. But yeah, no, I am not gonna talk to him again. I know I said that I could laugh. I wish I could laugh with him about the brownies being rotten, but I'm just kind of like, sweetie, added to the trash bag with the stock. I'm fucking crying. I just feel like at the end of everything, like I'm morning live videos. I'm crying, bitch. Brandon, I'm crying. Um, listen, listen, my friend, they listen. Who don't want a brownie? My thing is this, bitch. Here's my thing. I put ice cream on mine. The fact that I ain't eat it is kind of a miracle, to be honest. Cause I've like, let's be real. Like, even if it's not the best brownie, you still be fucking it up with the ice cream. The ice cream couldn't even save it. Ow. I ain't never seen nothing like that before. Like I've had a nasty brownie. I've never seen a brownie so corroded and carcinogenic that I really was like, I can't eat this. Like that's very rare. Um, I mean, my friend was just living life. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna drag him. I just feel like, listen, A brownie, if somebody make you a brownie from home and they slice it fat, like I just feel like you're not gonna believe it's nasty. Like you gonna go into it like it's probably good. So that's why I'm mad. But it was corroded as fuck. Like it was actually fucked up. Like I honestly, like I feel like if I put that brownie out to the streets, I feel like a bird wouldn't even fuck with it. Like I'm not even trying to be funny. Like I really feel like roaches wouldn't even eat it. Like I'm not even trying to be funny. I don't even know where to get the roaches at. But I feel confident that a roach would not even fuck with it. I feel like a roach would just, drink on some of the cream maybe, but I don't see the roach really taking none of that back to the roach community, like, and letting the roaches eat on it and get fucked up like that. I just don't see it. Because again, it was just so disgusting. I could not imagine the roach community actually fucking with it like that. Even ant community. Again, the ants might eat around the. I can't see them going for the brownie. It had no flavor. Like I bit into it and I was confused. Like I bit into it and it was question mark. Like my taste buds didn't even understand what's happening. And when I say I bit into it, I mean I bit. Like I couldn't bite. I couldn't bite into it. Like I was like, and then like my teeth was like, my teeth was like, stop, stop, stop. Cut the camera. The teeth was. As soon as my tooth connected, it was like, no, this ain't even the right texture. Even when I went to go pull a piece off of it, it didn't shred like it's supposed. You know how brownie just, and you know how the brownie be brownie. I was like, and it was like, oh, oh, it wasn't flaking, it wasn't butterflying. You know what I'm talking about, bitch, with the brownie. It wasn't, you know, bitch. And again, it was good. Exactly. I'm crying. Not get my debt paid. I'm crying, bitch. A rap, bitch. Oh, you're funny as hell. Here's the thing. I'm a fat bitch. I'm gonna be so for real. Like, even if you play with me, don't bring me no brownie, man. I'ma still eat it. Like, it's just the truth, you know? He could have brought me a bag of Taco Bell. I would have seen what was up. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be honest with you, bitch. Absolutely. Like, that's, again, my friend was like, bitch, if this was poison, we would have got. I'm like, absolutely. And the gag of it all, it was poison. Like, at the end of the day, I feel poisoned by it, you know? You're right. I would have preferred Taco Bell as well. I appreciate you for saying that. And I feel like that's another drag on him because it's like, who the fuck want Taco Bell over a homemade brownie? Sentences never said in life, you know? I've never heard someone say something like that. But again, there's a first time for everything. As for the people that said there's a Scorpio stellium involved and therefore he'll be back, sweetie, I need y'all to know that if I ever, ever see this man, I'm turning around. I don't give a fuck if I needed to go straight. I don't give a fuck if I needed to cross his path. I will not. I do not want him to even look at me again. I promise you, I don't want that. I don't want him to breathe near me. I don't want him to say my name. I pray nobody asks him what happened to me and he gotta fucking say anything about me. I pray that he tells the craziest lies so nobody brings it up. I pray that he just continues to be who he really is and just leave me out of it. I don't want no parts. I really thought that I would. I really thought I was falling in love. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really thought I was falling in love and I thought that I was just, you know, I really had a lot of, and I know it's gonna sound goofy, but I really thought that, like, you know, maybe he just didn't have all the things. I know I don't have all the things, and I'm trying to figure out how to get my needs met as well. I'm trying to figure out how to understand, but I'm at a point where it's like, damn, you shouldn't have to build that much. You shouldn't have to pour so much in. You shouldn't have to make a down payment on somebody in a particular way in order to get your needs met. Like, I really think King, I am glad the live is gone because I feel like the way I'll be rewatching it and rewatching it and rewatching it, trying to feel something, and I think I just, again, I feel like if he was just my friend, it would have been an easier thing. But I feel like I wanted so much, like, and I feel like not even on just like wanting to have a good life, like wanting to like be financially set, wanting to be with someone who is like seemingly emotionally intelligent in ways like I really wanted. And again, Risa Tisa vibes. Like I definitely felt like damn, like there's like he's rough around the edges. Like there's some things that he's internalized. Like maybe we could heal together. I feel like in retrospect, like that's dead for me. Like I feel like of course me and someone that I meet are gonna try to heal together in some ways. But I just feel like I saw him as a project. I did. And I hate that for me, because I feel like what that means is I was willing to just take on labor in the form of love, in the form of connection. Joy, exactly that. And that's what it is. It's like I'm seeing myself as bringing so much. And like, I feel like I know he saw that I had something to offer, but I genuinely think that he prefers white women, and I feel like it bothers him. Like I'm not trying to be funny when I say that, but I think that he prefers to be the one that tells the white person about the music, about the culture. Like I really feel like he wants to be with someone that he can impress with his blackness. I'm not trying to be funny when I say that, but I do feel like for him, I think dating out is just it's easier because he doesn't have to think about how he's promoting misogyny, right? A white woman is gonna say, "Oh, you're being sexist." She's not going to know. Yes, I am picking up my CD. Leave me alone. They was just sitting kind of different, and I noticed it finally. So okay. Anyways, I just think that like the ways that he sees white women also is different. You know, you know what, Susie? I hear you. And see, that's the thing. I feel like there's nothing to fix about me. Like, there's nothing to fix here. I feel like even with him, like, there's really nothing to fix for him. I can understand. I can understand genuinely that like someone could say that there's things to fix about themselves. That's if that's how you feel about yourself, that's fine. I don't think there's anything for me to fix. I genuinely think that I need to accept myself more, love myself more, treat myself with more kindness and love and support, and also know when to bow out. I'm gonna be real. The 4:30 a.m. text was my last straw. It was like no. It's like there's no way that you saw me in the kitchen doing all this labor, and you thought that that was gonna make sense. Like there's no way, unless you want someone to hurt, unless you want someone to diminish, and if that's what you want, it's never gonna be me. So me walking away from him on that, it was kind of like a no-brainer to me. It was kind of like a duh. Like and I honestly think he just didn't want me to leave because I sucked his dick. Like, I really think that he was like, wait, I could get more dick suckings out of you. I could get more things out of you. Hold on now. I've treated you like shit before. Hold on now. I've not shown up for you in a particular way before. Like, I really think that he thought that, like, I was gonna just, like, change my mind. And it's like, no, I don't have to. Like, I was really offering, I feel like he said to me once, he's like, I want you to start extending a line of credit to me. Like, don't think, like, immediately that I'm, like, this bad thing or, like, I'm not doing. And it's like, okay. So the way that I usually react is like if you say something off, I like try to address it in the moment. So then he got me over here gathering things and trying to come to him with things that I'm seeing. And it's like, wow, like I'm modifying my behavior in real time based on what your desires are. And yet, like, there's still an issue. Hmm. And so that's how it was easy for me to get to a point where I was like, you know what? It's 7 days, bitch. The ring. Literally the ring. Uh, why are we at odds? Why is there any drama? Why are we not happy? What the fuck? Meanwhile, I'm gushing about you to all these people. You're gushing about me to all these people. But in reality, like, I really think that, like, I really think that he would prefer to have a white woman by his side, to have to deal with a white woman, to have to connect with a white woman in a particular way. But yeah, I don't think attracting like people to you is a thing. I don't think that's a thing. I know some people are not gonna hear me, but I do think that like people, a lot of people are gonna see you. A lot of people are gonna want to be around you. A lot of people are gonna want you in some way. I think, unfortunately, we don't all get like 7 days of like really intense connecting to know like, oh, the next 7 months would be a nightmare. The next 7 years would be hell. I feel like I jumped in and I jumped the fuck out, and I'm glad that I did. But with that being said, I could have jumped out sooner, and that's why I'm telling my tale. That like there wasn't that much, you know what I mean? There wasn't that much like to want, but I think I wanted to. Ooh, go ahead. Not the whole story is gonna give out. It kind of is. It kind of is. I really do think, and I hate to say this, I think that he is not happy being a black man, and I think he tries to make up for it by changing his hair texture, listening to like music from the Latina dad, um, dating white people, having a corporate job, having a lot of money. Like I really think that's what it is for him. Like I think like having a lot of money is like what makes him feel superior, better, more everything. I think like him having access in a particular way is what gives him his status. And I think around me, I think he had to hold that like I'm not like I don't derive my confidence from having money. I've never fucking had money, so I've had to like actually believe like in myself, you know? I've actually had to like see myself and be like, you're awesome, and you're awesome even if you can't afford this or that thing. Like I've had to like really like do the work to find things about myself to love, and I just don't think that like he's there. Like I think like he's obsessed with going to the gym because he wants to be smaller. I also noticed that like he really cares about like losing weight. Like he actually has an alarm on his like Alexa that tells him at like 9 p.m. to chill on the food, and I'm like, that's so fascinating. Like you literally have like a virtual reminder to not be eating. And like honestly, when we were hanging out, he did have a couple moments where like he was like eating a wild feast like in a weird hour of the night, and I'm like, that's your truth, you know? And I think that that's another part of this is that like I think like he was like, damn, like can I be with another fat person, because we had a whole moment where like we were talking about like deep frying food and how like that feels like a super fat thing to do, and like or it sounds like some a fat like something fat to engage in, and how like being a fat person like you're so aware of like the things you do. Like if you're fat you can't really, you can, but like it's like when you tell someone, oh I'm deep frying, and that like I feel like people could be like, oh, you should be air frying. You should be steaming. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like there's ways that like when fat people talk about cooking food, like you kind of gotta be, you know what I mean? You gotta be like, can I tell this story to you? Can I be real about how I was really eating? And I feel like we had moments together where we acknowledged that like we're fat, and like everything we do is fat. You know, it's like it's not a fat thought or a fat behavior. Like we are fat people doing engaging in things. And I feel like even the concept of like everything we do is fat is problematic, because it's like the concept of like food being healthy, the concept of like food being good or bad, like that's something that like we were challenging together, because I feel like he's going to the gym, right? So he has a lot of like healthy stuff, but he's not really like he's one of those people that are like healthy because they buy like the right health food, like for like quick eating, like the right healthy convenience food. They're not like, oh I'm gonna make a salad, or I'm gonna like roast some chicken, or you know what I mean. Like I just feel like he's very much like, I got this stuff so I can prep and like have food that's not that bad for me. So not, I don't think it's very lean cuisine. Like I just feel like it's very much like, oh I got some chicken and I put it in the crock pot and I'm gonna shred it, and I'm gonna make like pulled pork sandwiches, and then like never does that, because then he like instead like eats out, you know, or like he'll fucking starve himself. Like low key, I feel like I noticed a lot of starvation. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like I just feel like there were times where I was like, "You haven't eaten today," and he's like, "Oh," he's like, "I will." He's like, "I'm gonna have a protein shake or something, or I'm gonna do a protein bar." Like I just feel like there were times where I was noticing he wasn't eating, and then he would be binging, and it's like, well, you're not eating throughout the day. Like at a, you know what I mean? I feel like the six small meal shit makes sense to me in retrospect. Like I love to eat all day, but I'm like eating a bunch of different shit all day. Not saying that's the best way to live. Not saying that, but it helps me not like be at the end of the day like, oh, let me fucking, satisfy my sweet tooth. Like if I have a piece of chocolate in the middle of the day, I might not eat it in the night. You know what I mean? Like if I allow myself to enjoy food as I want to, I don't have to hide in the night, you know? Here's my thing. Him telling me about his date on Saturday was not a problem. Like I want to be candid with you guys. I would not hate being with someone who is like seeing other people. I'm not very possessive as a person. I have been in monogamous relationships where I've been very much like, I want you to be my person, me and only me. And like at this point, I'm not there. I want someone he's in really great shape. I want someone to be, well, here's the thing, he had a heart attack like not that long ago, so he started going to the gym, and so now he's like, maybe he's like over 300 pounds still. And he's talking about he want to ride horses and shit. I just feel like between me and you, I just feel like he wanted someone that is not me, but he liked my energy. But I feel like in the end he's like, I gotta be with a bitch that want to ride a horse, you know what I mean? No, I don't disagree with you. I do think that there was some narcissistic energies going on. And like when I brought up uh, vulnerable narcissistic energy to him, because I felt like that's what I was seeing in one of his relationships, he's like, I don't really know that word. And I was like, oh, see, that's what I'm saying. He is fat, but he is working out. So that's the thing. Like it's okay, you guys. Like I'm really happy that I had met that man. I'm really happy that this all happened, because I know now like what I really want. Like I was really like, damn, like do I want to be in a relationship? Do I want to be poly? Do I want to be non-monogamous? Do I want this? Do I want that? And I'm at a point now where it's like, you know what I really want? I really want friendship. That's it. Like I feel like the cuddling was fine. The cuteness was fine. Like we had a lot of feelings. We had a lot of feelings. And I think like if I'm being honest with you guys, like I want to feel friendship. Like I don't want anyone to ever feel like they can't be honest with me. And I feel like that's what was bothering me about everything. Is like his type is white bitches. So and shit. And someone could say my type is white men. Someone could say that. And I feel like that's the thing that blows me about this. Is like for me, I don't feel like I don't know. This is gonna sound how it sounds, but I don't feel like I was like off my type. Like I feel like my type is like chubby nerds. That's my type. My type is somebody who is not skinny. My type is somebody who is very smart. And when I say smart, I just mean someone who's like thinks about the world in a way that I don't. Like someone who's like mind is working differently than mine, in terms of like math or science. Cause like I think those things are cool, but I'm not about to pour myself all the way up into it, in this particular in a particular way. But I am interested in smart, chubby nerds. I like that. But I feel like with him, it's like he was giving me chubby nerd, and I love it. But he was also athletical. That was hot. Super nurturing. Loved his mama. Loved his mama. It seemed. Um, was sad about his father. Had a Capricorn brother that had embezzled. So he done told me about the family embezzle. You know what I mean? Like I'm over here thinking I'm getting the T T T T T. I've dated skinny people. Y'all are cool. Y'all are cute. I mean, no shade, but I kiss the ground fat people walk on. That's where I'm at. I'm fat for fat, baby. I'm fat for fat. Okay. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to do too much, but yeah, I'm really fat for fat, and I feel like I feel like that's another reason why I liked him. I'm gonna be so for real. He had set up his house to be comfortable for fat people and people with ADHD. Like his house was literally set up for my brain and my body. So I feel like there was a level of comfort that I was experiencing that I had never experienced before. There was a level of detail to someone whose mind works like mine and whose body looks like mine. I feel like that's another layer to this that other people may not understand, but being able to lay in a bed that is made for a fat person, being able to go into a space that is made for a fat person, being able to be around a fat person who seemingly is comfortable with their fatness, even though he was athletical, he was very comfortable with his belly being out, very comfortable in many ways. So, again, I'm not going to shame myself for getting caught up or being too invested in this man. I feel like who hasn't thought that they met the love of their life and after 7 days it turned out it wasn't that? I don't think that I'm alone. I think everybody has met somebody and thought, oh, I'm supposed to know you. We're supposed to connect. Like, I'm starting a playlist about songs that just somehow perfectly fit with what's happening between us. Like, those are things that I don't often feel. I don't often feel like music is reminding me of somebody, or I can't wait to show them this movie that really reminds me of like my childhood, or you know what I mean? We were having moments that really had me feeling like I'm softening. And I think that that bothered him as well. Like I said, I think he was really wanting a caricature of black love, this idea that like we were gonna be at odds. I feel like his first of all, he had Alexa connected to everything. He was able to like set up like the only thing that wasn't connected was like the fucking light switches, and he's like, I'm gonna get motors for the light switches so that all he would have to do is say start bedtime operation to go to sleep. And everything would turn off. What up, Kita? How you doing, baby? He athletical is the word. Thank you very much. Look it up. Um, Let me see. Thank you very much, Instapot. He had like all that. He had like Instapots, air fryers, like timer. Like he had a smart stove, like that literally would, like you could set up the stove to where like if you're not gonna remember, because I'm one of those people where it's like I got something in the stove for 15 minutes, even though like I like know at 15 minutes I hear the alarm, I might not go. Like I've had that happen where like the alarm is going off and I'm in the middle of something else and I can't stop. The stove has an option so that you can have it either hold the temperature after a certain time or cut it, or even start the fan to cool it down because you're not going to be there in time. Like there's just like ways to kind of like, you know, direct Alexa to like set things up for you. He also is the type of person that's like, if I'm gonna get high or drunk, like I'm not driving, I'm taking an Uber, I'm calling an Uber for you, I'm calling a Lyft for you. Like, I just feel like, also he was like, I have like the woman only like Lyft line, and like was very much like offering, you know, to make sure that like I got there safe. Like my when my friend came over to drink, like he literally Ubered her over and then like brought out a mattress like from like the other room, and like had a whole spread and was like, you know, I want you to be safe here. Like, you know, drink all the drinks you want. Like I'm gonna order some pizza. Like he was just very much giving like the host that cares. And, you know, he had a smart house, and like also like I said, he had an air purifier that would just turn on like whenever he talked to it. Like his like he was asking me like if like it would be cool if like the backyard became like a speakeasy or something. Like he wanted to like have like an outdoor area that was very much like a party place, and like was asking me like what it would look like for us to have like maybe like rent the space like to do retreats or something like that, because he wanted to like put up like a isolation tent so people could do like psychedelics. Like we had conversations about a podcast that he wanted to do. I didn't care about doing a podcast, but he had a really good podcast idea that I thought would like actually hit. Like I don't want to like give the idea away, but it was like two people naked like having sex like while they're being super candid about like just like sexuality and life and shit, and I was just like, that is insane. But I love the concept. Anyways, like I just feel like we had so many ideas, so many things that we were gonna do, like, and it's wild because it's like my moon is in Sag, so like I'm like, yes, 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 yes. Like I want to do this. I want to do that. It sounds great. I think I was a good a good sport, you know. I think that in the end, I was a good sport. Because, like, I remember one time I was, like, doing something and he was like, you don't have to do that. You're a guest. I was like, am I? I was like, you be leaving me in your house? Like you literally don't care, like, when I show up, when I leave. I was like, I feel like I'm a regular. Because he was like, are you an owner? And, like, the way he said it was kind of just like, what are you trying to tell me? Like, and I was like, I'm just trying to say, like, I'm regular as fuck here. Like, I know where shit is. But in retrospect, I think that was probably scary for him. He's probably like, what the fuck? Not squirted. Bitch, I'm crying. There was an age difference. He was 5 years younger than me. Not I should have at least squatted. Sweetie, I'm not a homosexual. I know people don't believe that. I know people probably think I am. But sweetie, like I'm not. Like I'm just not. And I feel like based on what I told y'all, bitch, if I wanted to squat, I probably fucking could have. Like that's the worst part about it. Is like I'm the one who walked away from him. Him showing up at my house yesterday, like, sweetie, I'm not gonna lie, the stuff that he brought to my house and the stuff that he added to the pack, none of that shit was necessary. Like it was a shirt and some fucking leggings. Yes, I am broke. Yes, I could. Yes, I can always use a shirt and a pair of leggings. But sweetie, they were not that deep. Like none of the shit that he brought over was essential to my life. I could have bought another Afro pick. Like let's be clear. So I just feel like he didn't want to let me go, but he's doing what he's doing, and that's fine. I just want to be clear that like I don't want to be living with someone just because I don't want to fuck someone just to live somewhere. Like that's never been my desire. Like I don't care what anybody thinks. Anyone that I ever lived with, that I was with, I really did love them and thought that it was gonna be something. I never was like, oh I need some housing. I guess I'll live with you. Like what the fuck? Eve, you one of them people though. You one of them people. That's so fascinating to me. Like people will come to the live and try to diminish me when it's like, sweetie, you're here too. What are we doing? You can leave anytime you want. Anytime you want, you can go. Not someone just breaking into a house as in a squatter. I'm crying. See, that's the thing too. It's like, sweetie, I never wanted to be using this man for housing. To be honest, he don't even know all the shit I'm going through. If I'm being super candid with you, I never trauma dumped on this man. He don't know shit about me other than what the fuck I wanted him to know. He do not have any motherfucking connection with me being a poor bitch outside of like what he knows to be the case, which is like, bitch, I don't always got it. But he don't fucking know like how bad my situation is because I never fucking told his ass because that was never necessary to me. I never felt like, oh, I gotta fucking be saved by this man. That was never the energy. The energy was very much like, I need to save myself. I want to save myself. Maybe he'll know somebody that can help me, like, you know, maybe he knows some clients, potential clients. But, like, he around all these white people. I'm crying. I'm crying. I'm crying. No, here's the thing. I do think that I deserve to be cared for, but I'm not in my situation right now thinking, oh, I gotta find someone to help me out my situation. Like, I know some people might think that I should be moving like that. I hear you, but my energy is very much like, yeah, I'm just trying to like I was just trying to have a good time. If I'm being super genuine, I just want to have a good time. Like as I said before, my roommates went to a wedding. I just wanted to like have a little hookup, just a little fun time. Nothing too serious, you know. Like I was trying to just do a little massage trade, sweetie. And the fact that it turned into what it turned into, it's just like fuck. Like I'm open as hell. Like fuck, why was I so open? But when I really think about it, it's like I wanted to be. Like there is a part of me that really desires connection and being close. Like there's a part of me that really wants to be loved and be loving. Like that's what I got into that for. Like I really saw him as like someone that seemed like they wanted to be loved very badly. And loved for who exactly they are, you know? Like that's what I thought. I appreciate you for saying that, Eric, but I just feel like I thought he wanted what I wanted. Listen, he's a Venus and Pisces. I'm Venus and Aqua, so we was always gonna be cool, but we was always gonna have conflict. However, we're both Sag. We both have Sag in our chart. Like I have two planets in Sag. He has a Sag stellium. I have a Capricorn stellium. He has a Scorpio stellium. So with that being said, like based on all of that, we were going to be friends regardless. We were going to have a good time. But the devil in my chart and the death card in his chart, they are not friends. The devil and the death card are not friends. Um, they could be. They could be. But I really do think that he saw me as doing bad. Like I think he thought of like my like he would say he loves how free I am, but then he'd be annoyed, I could tell, by me actually engaging in that freedom. So I do think that he has a little bit of like a desire to restrict. Like he has a restriction, like the death card. The death card is big endings, big stops, big breaks. And I feel like for me, I don't think like that. I'm just like gas, gas. Venus and Pisces is sensitive to rejection, but let's be clear. Let's be clear. Who, like? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Exactly, King. Thank you so much for saying that. He had no compassionate communication. When I called him on the phone after getting that 4 a.m. text and seeing it at 7, he had the nerve to talk about something. I'm going to hang up the phone. Five, four, three, two, one. He started counting down. He did it twice. And so it's like, sweetie, you don't want to get off the phone. You don't, like, I really do think he was like addicted to conflict, and I really think he wanted to make it be me. But it's like I'm not even that girl. Like, why would I fight with you? What are we fighting about? And I feel like that's what stressed him out. Is like, with me, there ain't really no conflict, sweetie. There ain't no conflict. If you don't want to be around, let's go. If you want to be around, let's go. If it's a no, it's a no. And I told it like, bitch. At one point, he was crying because he realized, like, we had a whole conversation about consent, where he had to really sit with the reality that he had actually been a sexual assaulter. And I'm gonna break silence on it because I feel like it's important to acknowledge that, like, me and him had a convo about having oral and fucking, and then my period came. Then he was trying to negotiate to get a blowjob, a hand job, something. He ended up getting the hand job, but at some point, I was like, when I said what I was saying, I was actually not standing on business. I was like, I want you to just remember in the future, if somebody says anything less than an enthusiastic yes, it's a no. And he kind of sat with that and was like, fuck, I've been not hearing enthusiastic no's. I've been not hearing enthusiastic no's. And so he started crying and was like, I'm so sorry. Like, he had a whole moment where he kept it a buck with me and was like, I am sorry for my behavior. He's like, I wasn't even thinking about that. And I'm like, I know. But now you are. Like, now you are, right? And he's like, true. So again, I see, I see, I see how I could have been like, bye, you know? But see, that's the thing, Anthony. I appreciate you for uplifting that. But that whole aspect of I'm trying to teach you. I'm trying to be with you right now. I'm trying to hold space for you right now. You fucked up, but I'm trying to be gentle with you. I really hate to say this, but he could not handle it. Like, I really hate to say that, but he could not handle how gentle I was with him when trying to explain to him the harm that he has perpetuated. I really think he would have appreciated it if I would have just beat his ass. I hate to say that. I hate to say that. But I feel like he's addicted to punishing himself and being punished. And there's a part of me that feels like he really expected me to punish him. And I wonder if it's like some mama stuff, because he told me that he had sent a picture of me up to his mama. He was telling his mama about me. And he's like, my mama said, don't she know they only last a year? And I was like, it's like, you telling me a lot, sweetie. How comfortable can I really be? Absolutely. 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 Oh, Anthony, I'm sorry to hear that. Exactly. Talking about the women in his life, the women that he loves so much, the women that he be calling her about. She's like, they got a time limit. So, his mom, he was telling his mama was telling him, let her know she not gonna last that long. And it was like, damn, woo. Like again, I didn't want to meet the mama. I didn't want to meet the cousin. I didn't want to meet the friend. I was just trying to have a good time. That's it. But he kept on dropping little nuggets, letting me know what time it was, and I was like, me too. But he said he just got a therapist that's black, a black woman, and there's a part of me that feels like I pray for that therapist. Cause I wonder what kind of shit he be trying to bury in the sessions over there. Cause I just feel like he really was trying to like maybe get some free sessions or some shit. Like, fuck it, you'll do. Like you're black enough to be my therapist. Like I really hate to say that, but I don't think he sees women of color, especially black women, outside of the concept of being like a caretaker. And I really feel like that's what that was, bro. Like I really feel like he was like, wait, you're a black woman. Why don't you caretake for me? Wait, you're mixed? I feel like you're a black woman. I feel like you're gonna be my mammy. I hate to say that, but it was really giving that. It's like I'm over here trying to explain to him that I have white passing people in my family. He's like, well, there's white passing people in my family too, and they're mammies, and the people that aren't are mammies. You know what I mean? Like I just in retrospect, I'm just like, wow, like you want to be in the room with somebody, but you can't. And again, I want to just plug Cindy Moore made a video that I think, again, as someone who is mixed but still has like the the phenotype to be held in a particular way, I feel like the energy was very much of massage and war, but I also don't want to be taking too much space. So I just want to, not compensation, bitch. I appreciate you, optimistic Capricorn. Capricorn, you're funny as hell. Um, but yeah, Cindy Moore made a video about black women's dating experiences, and this shit just bonked me on the head because it's like, he knows. Like I remember at one point we had a convo, and I was like, that's wild that you be with all these white ladies. Like you're a rich black man. I was like, you're like a black Tony Stark. I was like, you're like a black Willy Wonka. Like you literally you can do anything you want. I was like, I really do hope you find a black woman. Like I really told him that shit, and he like had a whole emotional meltdown where he was like, yeah, you're right. Like he's like, I should be with a black woman. I shouldn't be fucking with these white ladies because they are fucking me up. And I just felt bad when I said that because I was like, damn, like I didn't mean to fuck him up, but I was just there was a part of me that just felt like, before I saw all the parts of him that were like sick, I was just kind of like, you seem like you're a black man in therapy. You got money, like you're doing well for yourself. You live in a fucking a more than a more black than white city. I feel like I don't know. I feel like that's the thing. Like we would see black women, and he would say that they're beautiful, and he would be complimenting. Like I would see him. I wouldn't see him. Hmm, you know what? I never got into the phone. He's in corporate, like, but babes, like, he found a way to like scam his job and like figure out how to work for from home without having to do anything. Like, he found a program that makes it look like he's online and like doing work, and it's like that's another reason why I'm like, like what? Like, you have found a way to scam the white folk into giving you a check for the bare minimum of work. Like, we need you. Like, I was just like, can you start like a podcast or something? No, Mish, you're right. You're right. You're right. Like, I just feel like in retrospect, I think he was just like trying to be like, look, I like black women. Like, look, I listened to Dochi. I listened to SZA. Oh, I think SZA's so beautiful. Oh my God, SZA. Oh my God, Summer Walker. Like him, just like bringing up all these like black women, and I'm just like, I'm thinking that's a good sign, right? Like I'm thinking that like he's bringing up all these black women that he fucks with, like in the media, like that he's attracted, that he's like listening to them. But when I look at his friend group, he has like one black man that is his friend, and no woman of color. And again, like maybe that's what he was auditioning me for to be his friend that he can fuck and like consult on black issues. I really hate to say that, but I genuinely think like all of the information that I'm gaining so that I don't fucking be out here being a weirdo and harm people and like be moving like just how a lot of light skinned mixed people be moving. I feel like he's seeing it as like, oh, like you're like you can be my seeing eye, bitch. Like, oh, I can complain about white people with you, but then when I want to go back to the white people, I feel ashamed, so I gotta get away from you. Like, I just feel like that's what it is. Like, I feel like he wanted to like be close to white people, but he wanted to take a break. I feel like I was a vacation from Caucasians, if that makes sense. I feel like that's how I'm gonna tie this in a nice little bow. I was a vacation from the Caucasian, okay? And I think at some point he was like, oh, I can't go back. I can't go back to that. Oh, absolutely, definitely, definitely. No, there was a big breadcrumb energy, big like, oh, I want to go do this. Would you go with me? And that's the thing too. Like he's a fucking Sag, so Sages are like go go go, and so he's like, oh, if I want to do this, would you go? And like I got Sag Moon, and at my core, I actually feel like I could do a lot of things and go a lot of places and be a lot of places. Again, I don't know how us light skinned mixed people be moving like all the way, but I do be listening to black folks who are darker skinned who are not admixed. And so again, I'm trying to like listen to black folks so that I'm not out here harming them. But with that being said, when a black man is projecting onto me that I am a black person, I have to pay attention because like he's not saying that I'm black because he really believes that. There is a function of that for me, and I just want to be candid that like when you're not a black person but you have black ancestry and someone is trying to erase the fact that there's other shit going on in your line, there's other ways, other lenses that you hold, in my honest opinion, there's a reason for that, and I feel like it's because he's like, no, 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 like don't you see, like you are a black woman to me, like in this room, you are black, and what does that mean to him? What does a black woman mean to him? And I had to find out, and I think that that's the thing, is like I have a lot of empathy for black women who don't get the fucking privilege to be like, I'm actually not a black woman. Like the reality is like this man was basically offering me a red pill or a blue pill, bitch, and was like, which one you want to be? But the reality is there was no blue pill, bitch. It was only the fucking black pill, bitch. It was only one pill. And so if I were to take that pill, then I just get what I get. I'm over here trying to get him to see me, and he's like, no, 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 no. Be the black woman. Be black with me. And then, oh, you hate blackness. Oh shit, you hate yourself. Oh shit, you hate me. Oh shit, you're not like decolonizing. You're just saying it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like he's like once I was talking about decolonizing, that's what he kept saying. Oh, I want to decolonize. Oh, I'm decolonizing. Oh wow. And like I just feel like between me and you, that is a very specific type of time to be on with someone. Like if you really want to be decolonizing with someone, get a hard hat, get into a belt. Like I can't even. I'm crying at y'all. Please get the food together. But like I can't imagine what that's like. I'm crying. I can't imagine. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. But I don't know. Like I don't know that I'll ever be having that energy. Like I don't know if I'll ever be able to be decolonizing with someone in real time because that's what I think I attempted to do, and I think I really wanted to. He did, and I really think I wanted to. Again, I wanted to be like my black king. I know, I know, I know, I know. I feel comfortable saying it though because I feel like I'm not. I know I'm not alone. I also am like looking at the statistics and like apparently like there are like five black women for every one black man, and then let that black man like have money, have access, have you know what I mean? Like just let something, you know, let them have some access in some way, and then like the desirability for them goes up exponentially. And so I'm trying to be candid that like I don't date people on some race type shit. I don't be like looking for, you know what I mean? Like I don't be looking for any person in particular to date. Like I'm not. Like I feel like people could really say that I'm going out of my way that I go out of my way to date white people, But I disagree. I feel like they go out their way for me. So I feel like that's the thing is like I genuinely feel like I'm a lot of times taking what's coming to me. I'm rarely like going towards that, if that makes sense. And so I just feel like for with him, it's like I thought he was super handsome. Like his picture that he had up, like I still think it's super handsome. He just looked good. That's it. And do I see black men that look good? Absolutely. But then I'll read their profile and I'll be like, okay. Because the profile will say something that either excludes me from connecting with them or is like kind of like a just something off, bruh. Like I feel like the bio really be like hinging on whether or not I swipe on that black man because they're very direct about what they do and do not want. His profile was not giving anything off. Like in fact, his profile seemed so well put together that, as I said, my roommate had swiped on him as well a while ago. Like his profile reads well. Like it seems like someone you really want to connect with. And at this point now when I see a bio that's real good, I'm like, that's what you want me to think. Now I know that. I've learned that now. Now I prefer a bio that does not give me nothing. Like a bio that's really silly. Exactly, Jasmine, exactly. Now I'm like, give me a silly little bio. Don't feel the need to try to impress me with that fucking MLA, that's what M6D paragraph. I don't need that because I'm gonna read too much into that and think that I know you now. Give me a goofy little one-liner so that I gotta actually do the fucking work. You get what I'm saying here? Because I feel like I didn't have to do the work with him. What he wrote down is what I wanted. So I'm like, be real. I'm like, just be real. Just be the self that you said. You know? Like, those bios can really have you fucked up out here because you like, oh, damn, free Palestine. Oh, shit, decolonizing. Oh, shit, like, oh, damn, you writing all the shit that I want a man to write. You're writing all like the way that he would be like, oh, I can Uber you here. Like, do you want me to use the woman only ride line? Like the way that he was coming across as a feminist, the way that he was coming across as a man who had fucked with the Beckys and was seeing that that was not for him because the Beckys had been harming him and abusing him. He was really showing up like, I've gone through, but I'm seeing better. Like he really came at me in a different way, y'all. It wasn't like I was just trying to like make it all up. Like he really curated himself in a particular way. And then when I got there, it wasn't none of that. Exactly. So now I'm not playing with it. That's what I'm saying. Like, how you gonna know someone's performing at that time? Like at the time, I'm thinking he's saying what he's saying because again, we're oppressed people. When you use the language of the oppressed, and you're using that to like get people in, like I just feel like at this point, motherfuckers be saying free Palestine. And I'm like, what else? Because you could say free Palestine. That don't mean free Sudan. That don't mean free Sierra Leone. That don't mean free Africa. That don't really mean free the motherfucking enslaved on this soil here either. So it's like you gotta ask more questions when people be writing shit like that. So now I'm like, I'm not even fucking with it. If it's a long ass bio where you're trying to tell me how you are, like you really know, bitch, I don't even know how I really am. Like in retrospect, when I think back to my behavior with that man, I'm like, who the fuck was that? Cause I was really moving like wifey, bitch. I was really moving like Gina and Martin, bitch. I was really moving like, oh, I'll just no, what the fuck? Like in retrospect, it's like, bitch, I feel like him having the house and the car and all the, I felt like, damn, I just need to come into the room. And as I'm into the room, he's like, actually, bitch, I got a lot of work for you. Like, I got a lot of work for you. And I was like, okay, I want to prove that I'm worthy. There was a lot of proving on my side, but not his. I believed everything. I believed everything and felt like I had to show up a particular way. He over here looking me up on LinkedIn, over here Googling me and shit. I did none of that. I did none of that. I believed. So in retrospect, I have to be candid about who the fuck I am. And right now, a goofy bitch who really was just being silly and didn't realize how much so. Um, I'm probably more than that, but in the moment, I feel very silly. Um, and I've yelled to the skies a couple times. That's why my ass is not here. That's why my ass kind of gone in the moment. Like I'm trying to get back on my job, back on my shit, but I'm gonna be real. On some sexy red, a motherfucker broke my heart. I couldn't even go to work. I know that sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but it wasn't just that. It was also the fact that like I'm over here, I'm over here fucking cooking for Easter, bitch. Like I really am looking back at the last fucking week, and I'm just like, whoa. Like you wanted it so bad. Like you wanted to be loved and to be. I got to do this whole shit without crying, bitch, and of course now. But I really wanted to be cherished and adored and treated like everything. And I was candid with him about a lot of things. And I didn't tell him my whole story because I did feel like there was a fear on his side to like know everything too soon. And he would be dropping breadcrumbs and telling me little shit that like let me know like he got a story too, but he not ready to tell it. And in retrospect, I just feel like the reason why we didn't get to tell our lore and our sadness and our hurts was because I really don't think that he was interested in that at all. I think he was like, I want to just have fun. I want to listen to some black ass music with a girl that's black enough for me. That's what it really feels like in retrospect. It felt like I was just black enough to be at the house, meet the cousin, meet the friend, like be taking pictures with. Like I was just enough. But in the end, he was like, "Let me get back with Lebanon Becky," and that's just that on that, you know. Like that's just that on motherfucking that. Like I really feel like he was like, "Let me experiment," and then he was like, "Actually, you know." Like even like when we first met, he was like, "I expected your hair to be bigger." I'm like, my afro, like it wasn't big enough. Like that's weird. Like I've never heard nobody say that shit to me, but I really feel like I don't think he knows. Like I don't think he knows what the fuck he be saying. Like I really think that he like is holding bitches to standards that even he don't meet. You know, like I could have been like I thought your hair would have been. I could have said a lot of crazy shit. I would not say nothing like that. I wouldn't even think like that. Like I came in as a helpful person. Like I'm over here noticing. I'm like, baby, your text lags is ate up, and I really tried to help you. Like for his text lags to be ate up that way, and for me to be like, I know how to help. For me to offer support in the ways that I did, and for him to try to like diminish me in any way, very strange. But again, I am grateful for the experience because I feel like now when I do talk to a black man in the future, I'll have a little bit more information about what is going on because I could feel the internalized self hate, but I was hoping that it was like an affect of dating white people. And in retrospect, it's like even if it was, you gotta handle that before you're dealing with somebody of color. Like you cannot in good faith hate yourself and then think that you could be around other people and think that your self love gonna shine through it. It don't even exist. And I really feel like that's why I would kept catching strays from his self hate, and I'll be like, ooh. Dating white people is self hate to me if you're doing it because you do not like yourself. If you have issues with your blackness or with black people or black women and you're dating white women as a correct, oh, Jasmine, I don't think so either. And I feel like that's the thing. Like he told me, he's like the way that you look at me, the way that you touch me, the way you talk to me. He's like it's changed my life. He's like I'm talking to people at work and I'm just so much more confident. He's like I'm getting invited to stuff. He's like just people can feel my ease. We were in the grocery store walking around and we're just having a good old time. What up, Nubia? And he said something on the way out where he was like, I don't think a lot of these men are used to seeing me like this. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I don't think they're used to seeing me happy. And he was trying to make it seem like he was like experiencing happiness as a black man in this way that like he felt like other black men weren't experiencing. It was very strange. I'm not sure what he really meant by that. I was trying to understand, but in the moment it just felt like he was trying to explain something that was like making him feel like good maybe. But in retrospect, I feel like he was paying attention to how other people were paying attention to us. Like I really think he was focused on what other people thought about me being with him. And he was constantly telling me about how other people appraised me or us together. And it was fascinating. Like when I met his cousin, after his cousin left, he was like, my cousin said you were beautiful, you were enchanting, you were so cool. And I was like, okay. Like in my mind, I'm like, it don't matter. Like, what do you think? You know? But I could tell, like, in real time, like that whole concept that like men date for other men, like men's choices and partners are a lot of times to show other men like this is what I got, this is what I've got. And I just feel like with him, he was trying to do that, and like the white friend was like, that bitch is ugly to me. But she seems intelligent, you know? Like, and the white friend was like, but she seems smart. And then the cousin was like, she's cute. Like, she seems, like, you know what I mean? And I just feel like, based on how other men were seeing me, that's where he was at. So I feel like there's a part of me that genuinely feels grateful again to have gone through that. Did I want to go through trauma, pain? Fuck no. But I do feel like I'm understanding more the flags that are all types of colors of red when someone is like saying something or doing something that is just like anti-black. Again, as a mixed person, I don't know everything. I never will know everything that's anti-black. That would be impossible. Even some black people don't know everything that's anti-black. There are a lot of things to learn out here, unfortunately, and depending on who you're around, who you were raised by, who you're with, you may not get that shit. With that also being said, the ways that men, the ways that black men act when they are auditioning a bitch to be in their life is fascinating, because I think a lot more of us are experiencing that. Like I feel like I've dated men and they just knew right away. Like I don't care who knows what's happening. I love you. That's that. I've never been with a man that was seemingly trying to figure out if other people could see the prize that he saw. And it was like if you don't see me as like worthy, like that's okay. But like if other men do, that's when you're gonna okay. And I don't know. I genuinely think that he is one of those men that like wants a woman that like other men want, like versus like wants a woman that like he wants, like if that makes sense. Like I think just doing all of that and like reporting on what other men think about me, fascinating. I feel like I've never been with any man that felt like he had to share with other what other men were thinking about his partner. I've never seen that. Yeah, I've never had a man say that shit out loud or just be moving in that way. And so I think that's another layer to this, is that like I definitely feel like I was being auditioned to be in his life, and like between me and him, he was liking it. However, when it became a situation where he's having to show me off or share with me, because there was a moment where he was trying to take pictures with me, and it's like, bitch, I'm not in a space to take photos with you. And I think that also bothered him, because like white bitches will let you take a picture, they don't give a fuck how they're looking. And I'm not saying all white bitches, but a lot of white women will be like, it's whatever, like, oh, it's goofy little face. For me, I'm like, sweetie, I don't know you like that. Also, my afro was leaning to the fucking left. Like, it's like, let's just have a convo before we take photos. I don't feel like that's crazy. I feel like before I take a photo of someone with me, I'd be like, oh, do you wanna? I would ask at least. I don't know. Maybe I'm being dramatic, but I feel like I'm not always ready to take a photograph. I'm not. That's okay to me, but I think maybe for him that was like a racialized moment. Like, you know what I mean? But that's another thing though too. It's like he taking a picture of me, sending it to his mama and shit, talking about something. My mom said you're beautiful. It's like, not when you understand men. You'll keep one. I don't want to understand them. I don't want to understand at all. I don't. I don't. Yeah. Again, I just think that he wanted someone to show off, to parade, to cry on, to have a shoulder to cry on. I really think he wanted a lot of things. Honestly, saying that you date outside your race, that's fine. Like I think that that's another layer to this. It's like I really hope that he finds somebody white who is actually an abolitionist. Like that's my thing, because he was telling me that, oh, he's like, there's 8 types of white people and I want to be friends with like a 8. And I was like, I feel you on trying to find white abolitionist friends, but like, I don't think you have. Like, and I feel like that's the craziest thing. It's like, I'm actually engaged in trying to find white abolitionists. Absolutely. I'm trying to find them all the time. And I wish it was easier to find them. But with that being said, like him bringing up that he's aware that there's types of white people that are like not unlearning to a degree that he desires, so fascinating because he's internalized a lot of white supremacy. So it's kind of just like, sweetie, would do you feel confident feeling like you know an abolitionist when you seen one? You know, or just do you even feel confident like even engaging white people this candidly? Like, I don't know, maybe. Cool beans go in. Cool beans. Thank you. You know what? You're the best mod on earth. Like, honestly, when I get my life together, baby, I got some prizes and some gifts for y'all. Nubia, I'm not sure if you were in the live, the last one, but I deleted it because I deleted it for several reasons. The first reason was because somebody came in the live and said that they were gonna warn his mom about me, and that made me feel uncomfortable. I'm gonna be honest with you. Mainly because me and the mom had already kind of had a slight rapport, so it was kind of just like, ooh, like not the mama hearing from some random person that I'm a bad person. Like that didn't sound good to me. So I was like, I'm gonna just fucking delete this live. Because my thought process was whoever's gonna talk to the mama is probably gonna direct them to my YouTube channel. I don't want the YouTube channel live to be up where like I'm literally like freaking out about the fact that the mama might be here. So that was really the energy for me. With that being said, I also deleted the live because at some point, like people in the live were asking about his race, and I feel like that was strictly because he had a Jerry curl. Honestly, also because he sounds sonically perhaps Caucasian. I don't fucking know, but there were definitely people who were just like, "Is he black?" Like there was people in the chat from what I remember in the comments being like, "Is he black?" And then he pulled up his ancestry and put it on the screen. That's when people got his full name. That's when people were like, "Oh, his mama named Bridget," and I was like, "Oh my god!" And okay, somebody popped out in the comments and was like, you did say the mama's name," and I was like, "Babes," I was like, me saying the mama's name, and then somebody saying the mama's full name and being like she works here or whatever. They didn't say where she worked. Let me not do that. But they said her full name, and I was just kind of like, sweetie. Like I just feel like me saying the mama first name and people being like saying her first and last name with the intent to let me know that they were gonna go warn her about me, not the same thing. But that's okay. Not you got the feeling he was black. Oh, Daphne, I'm sorry, but that sentence is crazy to me. I not you got the feeling, bitch. I'm sorry, bitch. I'm so sorry. Like, just delete me laughing right now. But yeah, he pulled up his fucking ancestry test and it was saying that he was 80-20, which I know some folks may feel like there are a lot of black people who have like 20% non-black ancestry and they're a black person. I saw his mom. There's racial mixing in the family. You know, his mom looked low key like me. So I think that's another aspect there. No shade. Like when I looked at the mama, I was like, okay, light skinned mama trauma. See, that's the thing. Like he when he put up his ancestry test, he had the first and the last name on there, and then there was like, oh, Bridget Evans and da da da, and they found her. I'm not gonna lie, I found her easily too. like I literally, bitch, I did message his mama, but I unsent it. I sent her a long message. Oh my god, bitch, on some jungle pussy. I said, why your son a hoe? No, but for real though, the first sentence was, "Why is your son like this?" I was like, "I am ashamed to tell you." 80 is black, but what I'm saying is like he has a mixed parent. Like his parent has admixture. It's not that deep to me, but he started talking. The more I started talking about admixture, he started sitting with the reality that his mom has admixture, that there's white passing people in his family. Like he started sitting here like, obviously he is a black person, babies. But hold on. It was him who started to really question his admixture. That's why I'm holding space for it in this moment, because he was like, "Oh, my mom is very light skinned, and her brother is white passing." There's some people in the he's like, my grandmother, his grandmother is my mother, if that makes sense. So with that being said, like he has just like how I have a white granny, he has a white looking granny. If I were to have children, they would have the granny that he has. If that makes sense to y'all. He has some mixed ancestry. He was not raised by a black woman. That is okay. Again, there could be fully black people who look like me. but I have 60% black ancestry, 40% other. So with that being said, if we're saying that, we're also noting that there are mixed people in black spaces. That's what I'm trying to offer. I feel like people may not want to hold space for that, but that's okay. Light skin does not always mean mixed, but it usually does. I feel like it's okay. I feel like most black people are deep dark skin. For the brown skin people who are mad at that, I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why. You can explain that if you want to at some point, but most black people are deep dark skin. Most are. There are a lot of brown skinned black people, sure. But most black people are deep dark skinned. And so if we know that, then we have to hold space for the fact that light skinned mixed people are in spaces with black folk, are erasing, are being harmful, and that's just that on that. I'm not trying to be going into it too deeply. What I'm trying to offer is that the more that I'm starting to talk about my admixture, people who are mixed in certain ways are going to talk about theirs as well. I'm not saying I'm the catalyst. I'm just saying, like, talking to him, he started sitting with the reality that his mama is lighter skinned because of racial admixing that has nothing to do with chattel slavery. That is that on that. That is that on that. No shade. No shade. But, you know, people can drag, people can drag. Listen. I would love for us to all be people, but as far as white supremacy is concerned, we don't get to be that. There's a tribal system of race that exists, and unfortunately, if we don't talk about how us mixed people are in black spaces, the erasure continues to seem like something that only black women and black people who care about gatekeeping should be concerned with. Listen, Amira, I'm not trying to play games with nobody. I'm just trying to acknowledge that I thought I was a black person until I started to acknowledge that my mama is a whole white passing woman. My granny is white. My black father went out of his way to fuck a white looking woman. Okay? My father was not trying to create black children with my mother. That was not his thought process. So I just want to put that out there right now. And I don't mean that in no shade. Exactly. And that's the thing. That's where I was at. I would totally be thinking that I was a black person with a whole white granny. Exactly. I do have significant Asian ancestry. I don't mean that to be exotifying myself. I'm just looking at the data. To be honest with you, noticing that I have 60% black ancestry and 40% other, that was a moment for me. I never saw that shit. I was assuming that because I came out of a white lady pussy looking like this, I'm not white. I'm black. I did not hold space for the fact that there's a more nuanced conversation. That's that. Listen, the Jerry curl, I feel like in retrospect was a red flag, but I was trying to let it go, cause I felt like maybe he just wanted a little, you know, I I thought he wanted a little, you know. Listen, I understand like a little curly moment, you know. I understand a little curly moment, but you know, we learning now. We learning now, baby. But in retrospect, I really feel like listen. Yes, he got a Jerry curl in 2024, bitch. He did, and he got it done bad. Like whoever did it for him didn't really do it good. They really ate him up. They really ate him up. But that's not my problem, you know. Wow. No, some men want mixed hair, absolutely. And I feel like that's it. Like it was giving Drake. Like you know when Drake had the curly on top with the side shaved, like that's really what he was trying to give. Like he's trying to give like Lover Boy, himbo energy. For sure. For sure. Like I blame Aubrey. I blame Aubrey for this because I just feel like I wasn't seeing the side shave with the curly top like for a while. So I just feel like, you know, he out here. Not the dude with the good hair, bitch. I just feel like if it was back in the back, I feel like he would have got a conch. Like he really want a conch, bitch. And if you don't know what a conch is, just don't even look it up, bitch. Don't even look it up. Don't even look it up. But I'm telling you, bitch, I swear to God, he said it too. He said he would like conch that bitch. I'm telling you, bitch. I'm telling you. And I'm thinking it's some doo-wop. I'm thinking it's some doo-wop. Like, I'm thinking he's trying to go back in the time. You know what I mean? He got real romantic clothing and shit. Like, I'm thinking he want to just dress like Prince. I'm thinking he's inspired by Prince. I'm not thinking it's crazy. I'm like, oh, he want to be Prince. That's what I thought, bitch. In retrospect, nah, he the player from the Himalayas, bitch. Tyrone in the house. Tyrone in the house. I watch your mouth. Like, it's really that. Like, he, ooh, ooh, ooh. Like, it's really that. I'm not even trying to be funny. He a sassy daddy, bitch. And I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if I seen him with a cane or. I would not be surprised. Like, he very close. Very close. Very close. Like, I feel like he, at one point, we was watching that show called like Roasters or something like that. I don't know if y'all be watching it. It's just a bunch of people sitting in a classroom roasting and shit. I ain't never seen no shit like that. He was loving it. I was like, wow, I am your black friend, aren't I? Whoa, yikes! And he already has a friend named Savon. That's his black male friend. And I'm just kind of like, whoa, like you just wanted a bitch you could sit up with and laugh and just have a moment. Like I hate to say this, but I feel like Blackness to him is a performance, and I feel like he was tired of doing it with white people. He was tired of performing for whites. He wanted to perform with somebody new. That's what I really think that's what it was. And I hate to say it because it's Black Mirror. It's Black Mirror. But I'm bringing this to y'all because maybe I'm not alone. Maybe I'm not alone. Maybe somebody else has experienced an experience with a black man where you're like, whoa, what was really going on here? What was really happening? I didn't understand it myself. But as I said, Cindy Moore put out a video and it really had me like, oh shit, you know? Even my white mama knew it was wrong when she heard about the Jerry Curl. Bitch, not the white mama. Oh yeah, no, Tammy was like, my mom was like, he's an asshole. She's like, don't talk to that man never again. And I was like, I won't. Shit, that's a shame. But again, he is a player from the Himalayas, indeed, indeed. And I just, again, I'm not gonna say, oh no, I cut him off. But I want to put this out here and just say that like I'm taking myself out the dating market. Like I'm no longer dating. I am only meeting up to steal energy from men and steal their food, steal money from them. I'm really I just feel like I'm in my heist, robbery, petty theft, breaking and entering, grand like maybe like not grand larceny, you know what I mean, but like splendid, maybe not grand, but splendid larceny. I don't know, but I just feel like I'm just not. I just feel like I'm too emotionally intelligent and secure at this moment to accept anything less. And I just don't feel like I'm meeting anybody that's worth my time. And I really don't want to play myself. So I feel like I'm really just going to be playing others in this time of my life. I've decided to just become a player because honestly, it's too much. It's like I really could just be breaking people's hearts instead of getting my heart broken. You know what I mean? I know somebody's scared. I know somebody's like, oh my God, don't turn cold, don't turn evil. I'm not going to turn evil, but I'm going to turn more like, just like, I'm like, oh wow, like since we're friends, as a friend, I'm going to tell you this is fucked up. And now I'm going to disappear. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be fucking filibustering and staying a long time trying to help somebody. Because I feel like there was a part of me that felt like, damn, like, should I be giving him all these recipes? Like, when I was telling him about how to fix his scalp, I was like, damn, another bitch. You know? Nah, I'm super intelligent. That's why I'm broke. Bitch, I'm broke because of motherfucking generational motherfucking poverty, sweetie. Generational poverty, sweetie. That's what it is. Okay, don't worry. Honestly, Nubia, when I leave, I hope that you have the energy to watch this video. It's very long. It's almost 3 hours. I'm sorry about that. But I feel like when you get into the video, you might just realize, like, yeah, it's probably for the best that I'll talk to him. He don't talk to me. With that being said, people are warning me that because of his Scorpio stellium, it's never going to be done. He's going to be always with me again. I pray not. I really pray that the Scorpio stellium reminds him that the death card is important in his life. Cutting people off, getting away from people. Like, that's what I told him. I was like, endings are important for you. Feel them, let them happen. And again, I really, really, really hope nothing but good things for him when he heals. I hope that nobody black has to endure what he's got going on because it sounds exhausting and terrifying. At the same time, I do want good things for him because again, I feel like when I was really like let into his life, I really saw a little glimmer. Like I could see the little egg cracking out the shell. I could see him standing up. I could see him, feeling himself a little bit more. And I'm hoping that it wasn't just a bitch perceiving him. I'm hoping that it wasn't just a bitch coming into his life perceiving him. I'm hoping that. But at the same time, I have to be real with myself that I have other things going on in my life. And it felt good to be concerning myself with somebody else's situation. But at this point, it's just like, damn, bitch. Like, what's the point? Like, why distract yourself any further with this? And so, again, as much as I'm happy that I walked away later than I needed to. And I can acknowledge that for myself. I can be disappointed that I let it get to that point. Yeah, no. Not we could banish him. I'm crying. Here's the thing. I'm not putting him in a shoe because if I'm being super candid with you, I don't want nothing. I don't want. I feel like when I put Mel's name in the shoe, it's because I'm like, this white lady is like doing the most. Like, she is really trying to impact me in a negative way. No. I personally, and this is just me, I don't think that he meant to harm me. I just think that he's in hell internally. And I think I tried my hardest to pull his ass out the fire. I seen him get ate up by the fire. I was like, here's a water bottle. It's on your neck. It's on your neck. I was trying, but I have to hold that some people like to burn. Some people like to be a little, just get a little ate up. Sometimes, I've been in a relationship where I was liking it too, where I was liking to get burned up, where I was liking fighting with that man. I know what that's like to be in a relationship where y'all just be cussing, yelling, fight. I can't do that. I can't. I'm too happy. I'm genuinely too at peace to even do no shit like that. And again, I'm fat. I can't be having no stroke, no heart attack, bitch. No, I eat too much bacon to be getting too mad. I gotta take a deep breath. It's funny. Pumpkin liked him. Pumpkin thought he was cute. Um, Thanks for all the kindness, honestly. But yeah, no. I'm not trying to do too much. Like, I know that like he's not the most evil man on the earth. I don't think that. I really just think that he's dated a lot of white women and he's used to fighting a white woman. And I told him this. I was like, I really think you use a. I feel like a lot of your fight tactics are giving white lady. I'm like, I feel like you've learned how to fight like them, and I feel like that's gonna make you a little bit more dangerous to fight with a person of color. Cause I could tell like he really wanted me to engage him in a particular way, and I'm like, sweetie, I'm not going to jail. You can record me all you want. You can be recording me talking to my friend. You're not gonna be recording me breaking shit. There's not gonna be no evidence of that because, sweetie, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to have nothing bad happen to me. I have too much going on. But it's like I could tell like he really wanted that. Like he really wanted. He was using Karen tactics, talking about something. I don't feel safe. Can you leave my home? You don't feel safe because you fucked up Easter, sweetie? All right, Carlton. All right, baby. My God. No, that's Carlton, sweetie. Exactly. No, Mish, that part. That part. Like, I literally was like holding hope that he was gonna pop up on Snapchat because he hadn't blocked me on there. And I don't know why, but I clicked on his shit just to see, and he had removed me as a friend, but I couldn't tell because he hadn't blocked me. And then I saw on his like recent post a picture of a white woman literally on his couch that I was just at, playing the song that I had played for him that he was asking me about. Like he was like, "Oh, that song you played for me, I never heard it. Play it again." Like it's like we had a whole moment with that song, and it's just like, ew. So again, I just feel like he wanted me to see that he was out here with Beckzilla, and having his good time. And again, I'm happy for him because you know what's really funny? The night that he was on his date, I had a text from Patrick. I don't want to go too deep into it. If y'all don't know who Patrick is, that's okay. I don't want to be having a regular on here, but Patrick is this white dude that I met a while ago, and like he basically was like, I want to go out with you. Like he's like, I want to take you out. Like he's like, I know we've just been like hooking up and like hanging out, but he's like, I don't want to just stay in the house with you. And I was like, oh, lol, because I was like, do you want to do s'mores tonight? And he was like, bitch, fuck s'mores. Let's go out. He's like, I want to take you out. And I was like, wait. Because this whole time I'm like, he's my slide. Like the whole time I'm like, he my little You know, nah, he never did the Carlton dance, but when he got wasted, he was doing like breakdancing and shit. That shit had me crying. Oh my god, exactly. 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 I feel like that's so weird to like steal a song. Not even like, and then my thing is like, obviously I don't own the song. And again, the song called Whisper by Patrick Page the second, Duran Bernard. Like, it's like a lot of people from the internet with Sid, but then like people that are not a part of that collective group. And so I'll say that like that song is bomb and fun. But like the song's hook is basically like no she want my love, no she want my love, and that's the part that he was like playing with the white lady, and it was like hashtag loneliness, hashtag therapy, hashtag I'll whisper, like it was just such a weird post, and exactly no Nubia, I definitely was that, I definitely was like someone that was close enough to like the black diaspora to make him feel like he was that dude, you know? Like I really feel like that. Like I really feel like it's a great time. Right? The song is great. I love the song. But I just feel like, you know, no, he is a clown. He is a clown, but it's okay because I laughed a lot. Like I had a good time. Like I feel like that's the part that fucks me up. It's like I had a great time. Like I had a great time with him. But again, I just feel like we're gonna see each other later in life and it's gonna be funny as fuck. Like just the way he's so goofy, like I just know I'm gonna be somewhere, bitch. I'm gonna be at a buffet, I'm gonna be somewhere, and I'm gonna just see him and we just gonna start laughing. I already know. And I'm not gonna say shit. I'm just gonna die laughing and I'm gonna walk the fuck off. And I know he gonna wanna say something. He gonna want, and I'm gonna just be like because baby. Woo, like, yo, like if somebody could have ever got me in my life, it was that. That man almost got me, bitch. He almost got me. Almost really got me, bitch. And the fact that I'm having a 3 hour conversation about him is funny as fuck because, sweetie, when we close this, we're done. I know somebody don't believe me. That's okay, bitch. That's okay. I haven't stood on business all the time, but yeah, no, there ain't no, there can never be a part two. It just is not possible. It's just like everything that happened. It's like, sweetie, and when he left too, after I said thank you for dropping off my stuff, I wanted to be like, why you post that white lady with the video? And I was like, that's what he want. He want me to be like, why you post the white lady? Like he want all of this. He want all of that. So he could be like, yeah, she really cussed me out. Like she really tried. He really want that, and that's why I'm gonna just laugh, cause it's like he gonna have to tell somebody, yeah, I seen Honey Bee, and she just laughed at me. And I tell you, I promise you, whoever he tell, they gonna understand why I did what I did, cause it's gonna be like, sweetie, you know what you wanted. You wanted some bullshit. Why would I give you that? Why would I give it to you? I feel like even me sitting on his steps and when I was crying and carrying on, he loved it. He was like, ooh, yeah, nah, he wants somebody to be so fucked up over him because a lot of these white bitches are like, oh, you got some money. What else? And that's sad. Cause him having money was cute. It was comfortable. It was comfortable. But like, honestly, like to be super real with you, what he was showing me in the beginning, I feel like it wasn't even about that. It wasn't. I know some people are not gonna believe me because I feel like honestly, to be honest, like you gotta have something for something like, you know, like I'll hold space for the fact that like if he didn't have money, you know, it would have went completely different, bitch. Because I feel like, bitch, my ass broke as fuck. So I was like, I'm already not really dealing with people, but it's like if you got money, well, yeah, Uber me over there. Oh, buy me dinner. You know what I mean? I just feel like the way he was moving, it's like it's gonna make sense until it don't. And when it don't, I'm a dip. Cause like I'm not going to put. I already told him I was like, I'm not taking no L's off you, baby. I'm not taking no L. So if it's not gonna work, it's just not gonna work, and we go just. Go. I was like, if we don't talk, it's because we both don't want to talk. It's not gonna be one person want to really talk to somebody. It's never gonna be that, and it's funny because I feel like that's why he blew it up too, because he's like, let's see if that's true, like, and it's like I did want to talk to him, but now I'm like, for what? We not in the same planet. Um, no, he's a lame, definitely. Right, with money, the money made it convenient. True. Right, if he don't fuck with black women, why do you got an extra bonnet? I can't call it. He might just have an extra bonnet to have an extra bonnet. It could really be that. He has a shopping addiction. I'm gonna be real with you. Like we were talking and he was like, I can't talk to you right now, I'm shopping. I was like, okay. Like he very sassy, bitch. I'm not even trying to bitch. He very sassy. He very much like he wants to give like I'm that man, like I'm daddy. I can do anything. I can help you. I can build your business. I want to pick your brain. Like he got extra, right? Like bitch, he just bought two do rags. He literally, bitch. When we went to the fucking beauty supply, I put all of his beauty stuff in the bathroom. He was like, "Oh my god, thank you so much for putting all my stuff away." Like, oh my, and it was just kind of like, of course, like I'm trying to like get you into, you know what I mean? I could tell you excited to use your new products, or whatever. But it's like in retrospect, I should have done none of that shit. Like I feel like I was trying so hard to be like loved that in retrospect, I'm like, sweetie, oh, you could have sat back and ate your food. You know what I mean? You could just sat back and ate your food. Like I don't understand what the point of Steven. Like Steven stay trying to come, but that's the thing. Um, no, absolute Nubia, and that's the thing. Like, bitch, why my card ain't worked for a second? Cause I was fucking bitch. Bitch, I was trying to just get a drink real quick, and my car was acting stupid. So I sent him the money. After he got it, and he was like, "Thanks for that." He's like, "Because people be talking about some, oh, I'm gonna pay you right back," and be a month later, I gotta chase them down. I was like, it was $2 though. Like I mean no shade, but I was just kind of like, damn, like you really thought I was gonna play you over $2? Why did I ride for Christopher but not this dude who would actually take care of me? Because bitch, me and Christopher were in love. Like I was in love with Christopher. Like I was in love with him. I was in love with the way that he treated me. I was in love with like how when his mom turned crazy, he protected me. Me and Christopher had like an actual relationship. Like I feel like Daphne, they're not comparable. Me and Christopher met and started to build a life together very quickly, and it wasn't like I feel like that's another thing too to even compare this black man who hates himself to a white man who was like trying to figure out like his sexuality, his gender. Like I just feel like it was a completely different energy. On top of that, Christopher is a Libra. Like Libras are just nice. They're just nice people until they're not. Sagittarius are very exclusive people. They very much, if they like you, you can feel very much like one of very few people. And I think that that's the thing too. Libras accept everybody. Libras be nice to the motherfucking, to the dog, the rat, the cat, the bat. Sagittarius be like, and I feel like that's another thing too. Like, um, but that's the thing, Daphne. Like me meeting Christopher when I was what, like 28 years old, or however the fuck old I was. I don't even remember when I met Christopher. It was a while ago. But again, Christopher would never do this. Like, Christopher would have never been on this type of time, like, at all. So I think, again, like, I've never dated, like, an eccentric black millionaire. Excuse me. Like, excuse me. But that's the thing. Like, get the bag at what cost? Like, I just want Daphne to really think about it. Like, you want me to what? Like simp for a black man who hates himself. I just don't think you're thinking about it very deeply. And again, I'm gonna push and urge everyone to watch the video put out by Cindy CINDYNOIR, Cindy Noor. She posted a video about black women and black men and like just the disconnect with black dating, and I really feel like what I'm explaining is literally what she said. Again, I think that Daphne, your Gemini Mercury is funny as fuck. And honestly, also the Aries Sun. Like, I feel like Aries Sun, they can't compute. They're like, wait. I get it. But, like, I'm not a homosexual. I'm not trying to be with somebody for what they have. That is another reason why I can't even. I feel like that's another thing. I'm so unattracted to someone who has money and treats people like shit. Like, there is nothing sexy to me about his behavior. And the money makes it worse. To me, It's worse. It's like, damn, you got all this access to capital and you're wasting it on white ladies. Sad. Um, exactly. Libras understand. Rosa, I appreciate you for saying that, but again, I feel like that video that I keep on uplifting, there are a lot of people who really feel like you're dumb if you're not like out here like getting the bag by any means necessary or fucking with this or that man. I'm aware that I am a poor person. I'm aware that a lot of people get access to resources through romantic connections. I have done it before, not because I wanted to, but because that's what happened. I fell in love with somebody who had money. It's happened to me before. I'm gonna be real with you. That person sexually assaulted me. That person harmed me in ways that I still don't talk about to this day. I don't even bring up that person in that relationship because I still, to this day, am fucked up by it. Because I was a teenager. I was hoping to not be in poverty forever. I didn't want to live the life my mom lived. I didn't want to be a baby mama. Like, I had a lot of desires to change, like, the story of, like, my family history. And all I realized, all I got in the end was a lot of trauma and a fear of being too connected to a man to where I could not leave. So, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Like, I have no desire to be with somebody who's controlling me or controlling my destiny. And I've done that before. And I was not looking for that in this. I was genuinely thinking I found a friend. I thought I found someone who had gone through white people fucking with us. Like, and white people saying shit. And like white people just being so fucking awful. Like I thought I had found someone to really talk to who could see what I saw. And I thought he saw the same thing. And I was a vacation from Caucasians. That's it. That's all I was. I was a vacation from Caucasians. Like, I mean that genuinely. Like, I was not in the room. I was never in the room. And so, it hurts. But it is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm not hurt because I am. And I feel like that's an important thing to also acknowledge. Like, I'm hurting by this. The shit did hurt my feelings. Um, but I also am grateful that I was able to stand the fuck up after 7 days of consistent love bombing and future faking. That's not easy for everybody, especially since y'all know I'm broken down the fuck bad. Why would that be easier for me to walk away from someone who is being abundant with me in some ways? It was hard. It was very hard. But I think that's what also makes it easy because why the fuck is it hard 7 days in? That don't sound right. That do not sound right. So I know some of y'all want me to get the bag, want me to win financially. Bitch, hope that I level up emotionally and I don't accept fucking less than I deserve. Hope that for me. Hope that for me. If you got some coin to send my way or you want to work with me in any kind of way financially, I'm open to it. But I'm never out here trying to like get a man so I can get a bag. That is not my energy. I don't look down on anyone who does. If that's what you're doing, if you're a part of like freelance sex work vibes, go ahead. I wasn't thinking I was on a sex work type of time with him. In retrospect, now I think that's all men understand. Like, I hate to say that, but I think a lot of men are trading what they have for what they can get. And I was really thinking that that wasn't the case. I was like, oh, I think he really sees me. It hurts to be wrong. It hurts to be wrong, you know? But I'm grateful that I get to live to tell the tale, you know? Because how crazy would it have been months from now? Y'all see me getting all my bags together to finally leave this eccentric black millionaire that I done made y'all think that I love and that has performed like he loved me. Can you imagine what that would be like for me to like actually like pour more than him into a relationship and then have to be like, hey, so from the beginning, this man has been internalizing anti-blackness. I feel like 7 days later, I still feel ashamed, but it's the truth. Like I really thought that I could be with him, you know? Not a kid in a man body. I'm dead. I really feel like I think he wishes he could be white. I think he thinks that if he was white, all his problems would be gone. And I think that maybe that's why he deals with white women. Because maybe in some ways, the stories and the trials and tribulations that come with being a black man don't have to be brought up. Like, I think he gets to be the one who has the interesting things to say. I really think that's what it is for him. I think that he was bothered by my perspective. I think he was bothered by my empathy. I think he liked being with me because he enjoyed, I think he enjoyed like the ways I was. Like we would go out, like I make it a point to compliment women, especially if they have natural hair. Like I think it's very important because I feel like there's times where people will have their natural hair out and motherfuckers is weird as fuck or be trying to touch on it. Like I try to make sure I speak when I see people who are doing the thing that is not the easiest thing. And I know that some people might not want to hold that, but I feel like as someone that wore wigs for many years and was treated a particular way, people treat you so differently when you wear your natural, not to mention the projections on you as a person and what you might be like because you just like your natural hair. It is sick. And so there were times where I would be complimenting black women or women of color, and he would be like, wow. He's like, I love how much you just like acknowledge people. And it's like, you don't be acknowledging people. You know what I mean? It's like he was telling me that he was not in thinking deeply in the way that I was, not saying he had to, but it's like, you don't see these women of color out here. You don't see, like, this is a half this is mostly, it's a majority black city we're living in. There's a lot of black people who are showing off like all different types of ways to exist and be and look. I just, I can't be quiet about it. Like just like when I'm in the South, if I see somebody that's, they looking good to me or they're just putting themselves, they put themselves together whatever kind of way. I just want to be like, I see you. You look great. Thank you. Like, I appreciate, all that you put together, because again, I know what it's like to get that compliment when you're not wearing the wig. And I feel like that shit do be hitting. Like, when you're not wearing that natural, when you're not wearing that lace front, when you're not wearing them box braids, like when you're out here with the natural, especially when I see a little bit of, they got the sheen on it, they done sprayed it up, they trying to, I love to be the one to be like, baby, that twist it out. Because again, I know what that's like to put a lot in to your natural, wake up the next day, bonnet done fell off, bonnet done, hair breaking off because you've been stimming, playing with it, so half your shit this big, half your shit that big. It's a lot. So I'm gonna acknowledge women of color, and I just feel like I think he realized like, oh, like this ain't no secret, bitch. Like I need you to be out loud. I appreciate you for saying that. I give Big Mama Healer vibes. I feel like because I like to get my titties sucked, I have to be careful because like I feel like getting my titties sucked is like sex to me. Like that is like my titties is like that's my main shit. So it's like I feel like I meet a lot of boys who like are baby boy. I wasn't thinking about it, but I'm like, damn, the ones that be sucking the titties, they be like, mama, mother, mujer. You know what I mean? And in retrospect, I wasn't thinking about it like that. But it's like, bitch, you can't even get your titties sucked for real. Cause next thing you know, they want you to be big mama. They want you to be the healer. They want you to be the naturalista. The Tia Tamara curly bitch. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Let me define these curls. Let me put a bantu knot in, bitch. People be gagging, and it's sick. It's like they people be attracted to work. People be attracted to work. I feel like some of them may be breastfeeding, even though ain't nothing coming out. Even though ain't no, even though they dry, baby. Even though if you go, it's dust. They still want it. They still want the Similac. Let me stop. But I'm just saying though, I just feel like I have to be mindful now because I'm talking to this one dude. He talking about something. He loves sucking titties. He's talking about something. He can suck titties for hours. I'm like, that's a red flag to me right now. I don't need no hours of titty sucking, bitch. Fuck, like hours. And he got the nerve to be like, oh, do you not want to talk to me because I live with my dad? I'm like, sweetie, the daddy wasn't even the problem. The daddy wasn't even the problem, believe it or not. But you saying you could suck a titty for hours really blew my mind. Cause I'm just like, I can't imagine someone's telling me they want to eat my pussy for hours. That do not sound good. I'm old. I got an old leg. My leg gonna die. My leg gonna be cramped up and shit. Bitch, I don't need nothing for hours. Listen, when I said that I would have his baby, now he seemed shook. He did not seem shook. He seemed delighted that a bitch would say that shit, but he did not want kids. So I feel like me saying that was crazy. But again, I feel like I was saying that because he had this energy based on what had happened with his dad, which I don't know all the way. I just had this vibe like he was scared to have kids because of his own trauma, not because he didn't want to have kids, but because he was like, what can I be offering them? In retrospect, based on certain conversations, I was just like, you would be a dope ass dad. Like, but in retrospect, no, he wouldn't. He might be good to the child in ways, but I feel like the kind of life that he would be having for the woman that he's with, I don't know that he would be able to be a good partner to her and actually show up for her. She would have a cozy home, but I don't know that she would have. I think that it would be a lot of fighting. I feel like he would try to mimic or recreate some shit that he's done seen before, babe. No shade. Um, not Camille. Yours, mine's, ours. I'm crying. Ryan, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Again, I only came through early because I had to decompress about this thing that happened to me. It happened to me, like me dealing with this man and just looking like boo boo the fool. I'm leaving this up. Not he's good on paper. I feel like between me and you, I hope he finds a white lady who is willing to do the work with him. I really hope because I feel like the wrong white bitch, and I feel like he's just. I see him collapsing in on himself. I really hope that he finds a white lady that really is trying to be decolonizing. I really do. Because I don't think he's going to be able to understand. I hate to say this, but there were things I would say to him that I really feel like he did not want to hold. And I feel like if a white lady said it, he might be able to hold it with her. You know? No, he definitely got to do the work. He definitely needs to do the work on his own. However, sometimes like we can't do everything on our own, and I feel like a white person who actually is holding the unlearning of whiteness, that might actually be a powerful ally for him. I'm just being candid. Like, at some point in my journey, maybe if a white man would have said something like, oh, we are privileged. You know what I mean? It's just like if somebody really break that fourth wall, because I feel like I was breaking fourth walls with him, that was stressing him the fuck out. Cause I feel like he was like, oh wait, you're not black. Oh shit, I'm being essentialist as fuck. Like I think he was like in real time realizing that you know, white people created blackness. It's not real. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like he realizing things in real time that are blowing up his expectations. So, not I used to drink breast milk when I got played. Wait, when you played? I don't know what you mean. I'm not sure what you mean. But I feel like this is a good time to leave, honestly. Like, this is a good time to leave. Because now we get into the breast worship and the titty talk, and it's okay. It's alright. We don't gotta go too deep into it because that is, that's for somebody else. That's for OnlyFans. That's for somebody else to get a coin, and I hope they get it. With that being said, just thank y'all for listening and being witness here. Thank y'all for caring and considering my points. I'm really hoping the comment section don't get goofy. I feel like not a lot of people leave comments anyway. I feel like you're either live or you're sharing this with your other friends. Like, look what look what the silly bitch is doing. That's fine. But what I'm trying to offer. Okay, okay. Listen, I'm happy for anyone that has titty milk on deck. Anyone that's thinking about titty milk. This is a non-hating of titty milk and breast worship, breast and titty milk and any kind of supplies. I'm just trying to say I have no problem with people being candid about what they're trying to do with titties and titty milk and Similac and things of that nature. I'm just trying to offer like I just like a little bit of titty worship, you know. Breast worship is my thing. Don't really know anything about feeding anyone from my titties. Don't know. But yeah, I'm grateful that millions have it. You know, millions have access and they can do what they like. I don't know what the end of this video is. I am very sorry. I don't know. But I know this. I know that today I'm posting a new menu. I know that I'm trying to, as I said before, I'm trying to basically just find a new way to share my business. Um, I had some ideas about being a bulk seller, for people that are trying to do their own operations, just trying to be a support in that way. I was also looking into, providing people with seeds. Like there might be people who are, wanting to grow themselves, wanting to grow mushrooms, weed, things like that. Definitely open to that kind of conversation. If people are interested, I have a signal. I can send my signal to somebody if they want to contact me on any platform. But with that being said, like I would love to help people like start their grows, start their gardens. I would love to trip sit. If people were looking to pay me for trip sitting, I would be down to do some digital trip sitting, with mushrooms, weed, or acid. Like I'm down to just be present because I know that it can be really hard to take certain drugs and feel safe. Um, Also down to provide resources for people that don't have, the access in a particular way. I just want to be candid that like right now, like I am financially like in a bad situation, and like I have absolutely wanted to like self delete because of it. I've like been trying to figure out how the fuck to make more money. I know some people are like, get a job. Bitch, I've been looking. I've been actively trying. Um, but with that being said, like it's not happening fast enough, and so I'm trying to just be mindful about ways I can shift with what I already have. If people are looking for topicals, weed butter, any kind of like things for pain, please reach out. I feel like I've not been like super candid about my business or any kind of work struggles like here, mainly because I don't want to stress anybody out. I also feel like my business has been doing well for like 3 years, but like there's a part of me that feels like part of that doing well was like being in a crisis with a white man. Like I do wonder like how many people supported me based on the fact that I was homeless with a white man in a van, driving across the western part of fucking America, versus how many people actually care about my business and like me surviving like past this moment. I don't know how many it is. I don't want to say I don't care, but it's more like I am just like hoping that like I'm not like being delusional by thinking that I should still be doing this. Like there are other desires that I have, but I've been trying to figure out like what makes sense, because it's like it's not like you can just like pivot from a job like this. You can just like go. Like unfortunately, like I would have to do a lot of things to change my life, and so I guess there's a part of me that's like trying to figure out like, do I stay doing this? Do I have something else? Should I be working towards other things? And again, I know that some people would be like, you should do what feels the best, and it's like I don't know what feels the best just yet. Still trying to figure that out. See, that's the thing. I go to a local church and tell them I need a job, and then like they ask me like what my gender is, and like they want to talk, or they want to be transphobic. Like I feel like that's another thing, is like I'm not a straight person. I'm not cis. Like I'm very clearly trans. Like I cannot hide how trans I am. Like it doesn't matter if I wear like pretty girl clothes. People know I'm still a man. You feel what I'm saying? People know that I still got dude energy, and I'm trying to explain that. Like I feel like that's another aspect of this, is I feel like with the person that I was talking to, Carlton, I really think like he was like, I think like he likes the idea of being with a woman, but he really enjoys being with a man. And I really feel like that's another aspect of this, is that like I think he wants to find someone that looks like a girl to everyone else, but inside is really a man. And I feel like that's the part about it, is like I think there's some gender shit for him as well, where like I think he was like, damn, you're like my friend who's a boy, but I want to kiss you, and you're like a girl. I think it fucked him up. I think it bothered him that like at any point I could just start dressing like Queen Latifah from Set It Off, and then his cover's blown, and everybody knows that he's with like a gay bitch that's like super gay, and therefore he's super gay. You know what I mean? Like there's a part of me that feels like in public, I think he likes the idea of like hashtag black love. But like in the bedroom and in like reality, he wants to be the femme. I think he really is the femme. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean it in a way that's like I could tell. Like I could see him. I could see the feminine, the divine feminine. And he was mad about it, I think. I think to him, I think he wants to be a divine feminine with a white woman. Who's in her divine masculine. Personally, I think that that's what he really likes, a masculine white woman, who lets him be the femme. It's not about being in the closet. He's queer. Like he's a bi man. He's bi. I knew he was bi when we met.
I knew that he likes to get his dick sucked. I knew that he would suck a dick. I knew that he would top. I knew he would top a man. I knew that. He told me that he'd be down for me to top him, and I was like, I don't want to fucking top you, bro. He never even asked me if I liked that shit. That's another thing. It's like, yo, I play a girl on TV. I really am a man, like Loki, and I feel like that's the other thing. I feel like people don't want to think about what masculinity really is when we like if you don't have a dick, like what is masculine? What is it? What is it really? It's a fucking performance. And I perform very masculine and I'm okay with that. However, I'm 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 a pretty man. You know what I mean? I'm a cute man. In my heart, like in my heart, I'm a cute man. I know some people not gonna understand it, but I'm not socialized as a woman. I was not socialized as a girl. I have a girlhood, sure, but there's a part of me that's just very much more comfortable operating in a masculine way. However, I feel like even naming that is funny because men created this idea that certain poses, certain ways of behavior is less soft. And so, with that being said, him being soft in the way he's soft, him being feminine in the way he's feminine, I could see that working for me. That is a big part of why I even fucked with it. Because I was like, he sees me as masculine. I know he does. Because as I'm showing up, he's showing up as feminine. I am tall. I am tall. It's not just about being tall. Yo, yes, in a gay relationship, Ryan, bring it up. Like I just feel like between me and you, that was a girl. He was a girl a little bit, and I'm not mad at that. And I don't mean that to be devaluing or to be using girl. I just feel like there was a womanly energy, a feminine energy about him, and I was like, bet, because I know a lot of men will tell me, oh, you act like a man or like you have a dudeish energy. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? And a lot of times what they're saying is, I'm direct. You're not beating around the bush. I'm not playing small. A lot of things men preconceive about women are things that are just the case about socialized people in a particular way. I've met men who operate in a particular way, and I'm like, damn, okay. And I feel like somebody might think like, oh, you're acting like this because you didn't grow up with a dad. For me, that wasn't it. I feel like I have a lot of Capricorn in my chart, meaning that I have a lot of like masculine elder man energy. Like I have an old man energy, and I know that. I feel that about myself. And I don't think it's a negative thing. You know, I keep a motherfucking caramel in my fucking pocket. Um, I love an early bird special. Love breakfast for dinner. Like I definitely do have old man energy. However, with him, I felt like I was around like it just felt like a man to who had more than meets the eye. You know, I know not everybody gonna understand. I know not everybody gonna understand what I'm trying to offer, but like just because I look a certain way doesn't mean I am a certain way. And so with him, I was giving daddy vibes. Like I feel like the ways that like I would just know to do something, the ways I just understood certain things, I felt like for him, from what he was getting from me, was like someone stable. And I know some people not gonna think I'm stable because I'm broke. That's fine. I have a steady energy, and I feel like that steadiness, that check in, that presence, like men read that as masculine. It sucks. It sucks. Like there are a lot of femmes who may operate like me. I don't know, but I feel like my energy is very much like I'm here. I'm listening. I'm engaging in a way that men are reading as masculine. The way he was operating towards me, it felt like I felt like I had met, like I know it's gonna sound how it sounds, but he was giving like, you know, like fucking Diana Ross, like it's my house and I live here. You know what I mean? It was giving very much like I'm a homemaker. I am making my home. I am trying to have a soft place for someone to come in. I'm trying to plant seeds and water gardens here. Like everything that he was telling me was like, I just need the last piece. I just need you. I just need you. I just need you. Look at what I have. Look at what I'm offering. Like he would say shit like he's like, I hope you know that like I invite you into this space because I want healing with us. Like I want us to be in a healing space together, in a comfortable space together. A lot of men are not worried about that. A lot of men are not worried about your comfort in their home, like to the point where like they have a bonnet, an extra bedroom if you don't want to sleep in the same bed as them. Like everything that he was saying to me was from the perspective of a femme, from my perspective. Most men are not worried about how comfortable you feel if the Uber driver is a man or a woman. He knows what he's doing. He knows his moves. Like he knows that he is operating from the femme gaze. And I want to just say point blank period, not an undercover gay man. I feel like it's deeper than being gay. I think that he is a queer man who is like afraid to be completely, in his shit. Like, be in your shit, babe. Be in your shit. But I think, again, can I be candid with you? I really think what was fucking him up was that I was accepting his behavior. I was commenting on it and letting him know what I didn't like, but I accepted him for who he was. And I really think that fucked him up. And again, I feel like I felt that when I first moved up in here. My friends letting me live with them after everything. But I feel like that's the opposite of like I just feel like they accepted me for who I am. I'm poor. I mean well. I show up where I can and I do what I can. And I feel like I was hoping to extend that. And I feel like you can't do that with everybody. Like everybody can't be accepted as who they are, because who they are is trying to fucking destroy you and trying to fucking hurt you. And so I just feel like I've been practicing accepting people where they are at and accepting people for what they can do and how they can show up. And so I feel like that's why, like, I'm grateful for the experience, because I feel like I really learned a lot about myself. Like, I really learned that I am really, really, really wanting something so big. And, I remember I made an analogy about how, like, sometimes in love and connection, it's like a tattoo. Like, you be waiting so long to get this big piece, to get this big expression of, like, self and discovery. And some people in our lives are just a little flash tattoo. They're a little silly little something that we had that reminds us. Hold on, I'm gonna pull my fucking nose, bitch. Hold up. But some people are just like a silly little something that, like a fucking rose on our ass, you know what I mean? Like a fucking silly little swirl or a fucking emoji that just makes us laugh. Like some people are not that big piece that we've been waiting for and that we've been thinking on and hoping for. Like some people are really just a little flash piece. And so I think that that's it. Like I think he wanted to be a big. I think we both wanted each other to be big pieces, but I think at the end we're just a silly little tattoo, silly little tattoo that hurt more maybe than it was worth. Like that's how I'm taking it. Like I feel like I really wanted it to be a big piece as well. Not she don't play like you. I'm crying. What up, Courtney? Um, Listen, I feel like my generosity, my openness, my abundance, like I'm glad that I felt like I had something to offer, but I also am terrified that I was that easy. Like that's the part for me that is like, like fuck, like trying really hard to be gentle with myself, but it's like damn bitch, fuck, like you need to get a diary. You need to get a new journal. Like, you need to go on some like low energy like hangout dates where like you're just enjoying yourself. You're not putting yourself through too much. Like, I just need to do way less. Cause I just see how much I was so ready to do so much. I was so ready to do so much. But I get these CDL, bitch. I'm one of those people that shouldn't be driving. Okay, I want to put that out there right now. I've never felt confident on the road, and I know some people know people like me that should not be driving, and yet they do. Don't want to be a part of that. Don't want to kill nobody. Don't want nobody going through. I have ADHD, bitch, and I be high as hell. You do not want me on the road, so I will continue to Uber and skirt on a Lyft. Um, Bring back the Lyft line. It helped the poor hoes, The poor hoes missed the lift line. I don't know if anybody remembers lift line, bitch. Oh my god. It was kind of messy though. Cause you could really end up sitting next to any motherfucking body, bitch. That's the part about lift line that was crazy. But I really wish they bring it back. Cause bitch, I missed the motherfucking lift line, bitch. I missed the lift line. Like we going to the same part of town. Fuck around, make a friend, bitch. Honestly, I was stay making friends on the lift line. Anyways. Anyways, just thank y'all for hanging out, kicking it with me. In retrospect, wow, can't believe I sat here for this long and told this story. I'm pretty sure this man gonna see this video. If you're watching and you made it to the end, wow, the brownies were burnt, very burnt. I just wanted you to know. I just wanted you to know. I just wanted you to know. Anyway. I'm sorry. I'm leaving. I love you. Bye.